he's a player that it's almost as if this is the energy and mentality I'm getting from Cole Palmer right now. It's if an MPL player or like a A-League player was hanging out with their friends who all play Sunday League and they said, we need you to fill in. And you have gotten to the game and you're like, I'm clearly better than everyone here. Yeah. So I'm going to just drop in and get the ball wherever I want. I'm going to just pick up the ball here. I'm taking every corner. I'm taking free kicks. I'm taking a pen if we get one. And I've been at the club for 6 weeks. For me, it baffles me that a guy that started 3 games for City can come in and just do whatever he wants, and he's like not generational. He's not the best player I've ever seen.
If he was coming
it's not Messi. It's not 20-year-old Messi.
If he was going to a team like Sheffield or something,
you know what I mean?
It makes sense. You're going to Sheffield, it makes sense you're the guy. But you're going to Chelsea.
Perfect.
Do we had any cheating? Not because of this. He said, you're too young. I'll send you some videos on YouTube. He said
he's patronising.
Yeah, he said the only reason we won is because we were the best team ever.
Yeah, fair call.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You're back with Let Him Shoot.
Must have been sick for that Chelsea game.
We're back. It's been a big weekend of fixtures, big talking points. Everything was big this weekend.
Interesting.
Back with the best cast, my personal favourite lineup, by far the best.
I didn't want to be the one to say it, but this week
This is the most synergy cast, I think.
it makes the most amount of sense, I think.
Yeah, to my very right.
It's boy MJ, Born in Africa gang. Look, I'm here again, blessed. It's good dynamics. Oh, thank you, man.
That's nice.
Nice pants.
thank you.
Nice jackets.
Jacket.
Buds in, Darth
Technically,
Vader suit.
he came
I
on
like it.
crud today.
Yeah.
We got a few Born in Africa dudes, a few Scottish Aussie dudes, some mix. Yeah, you're Central African now.
Yeah.
I like it.
Scottish African Republic. To my left.
It's PBBD. Pretty boy, depressed today.
Yeah.
BD, pretty
That
big
makes
dick.
Far out. Can't be saying that shit. I can't be laughing today. I'm meant to be sad.
Sorry.
Cut that out.
PBBD. Pretty boy, depressed. Back at it. Yeah. That's
Your
all I
eyes
got.
look like you've been crying as
To his
well.
left.
Yeah, I was. To my left.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, fuck me, man.
Denver's Jensen. Just happy I'm smiling this week.
Facts.
Nothing really to be sad about.
At all.
Nah.
In this
I
world.
even came early tonight because I was so ready. I'm just looking forward to everything.
Yeah.
So we're doing line this
Yeah.
easy.
To his left.
Pengus Techers, fun fact, me and Mbuemu are almost the same age, so you could say, I guess, I look good for my age.
What?
We're almost the same age. He's like 24.
Yeah, that's true.
We're like 1 year apart.
You saying it looks dead?
He looks bad for his age. 24.
It looks older.
He's got a nice face.
Yeah,
Everyone
he's
from
like good
Cameroon
looking.
at Samuel now.
Nice eyes.
At me.
Yeah.
How old is
All our Cameroonian fans.
Who saw?
We say it's a broad range.
I
It could
don't
be
know.
anywhere between 23 and 46.
I reckon he's like 26.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, he looks
how old is
25.
production? How old is Wissa?
25.
He's 27.
Ah,
Fuck no, he's
So I look good for my age.
vitamin C.
Yeah.
His skin's popping though.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, shiny.
You've got quite good skin.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. What products?
I'll drop him later if you.
Korean?
Nah, not Korean.
Yeah.
But when I go Korea, I'll get some shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tom, man.
I thought you meant to
I
not
need
smile
Tom next to me
today.
every day. This shit's
Yeah,
good.
you happy, man?
Have you been derma rolling? Is that what it's called? Derma stamp?
Yeah, I've been doing derma rolling, dermatology, detention, everything, bro. I've been doing everything.
A couple key comments from last week. Quinn Wilson 8006. Love the ball knowledge. Love the atmosphere you all put on. Been watching from New Hampshire. So we have New Hampshire fans.
It's really wild.
Damn.
Shout out.
But do you even
Crazy.
know where New Hampshire
Hey,
is?
for people that don't know where New Hampshire is, Sam, you tell them.
Because I didn't know.
Hey,
Crazy.
Nah.
New Hampshire.
Yeah,
That's
where's
the
that?
thing.
Yeah, we know it's in America.
St. Louis.
Bud was about to say
St.
somewhere else.
Louis.
It's in St. Louis.
St. Lucia.
St. Louis, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Jack Kelly 4130. Best football channel outside the UK.
Thank you.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I would say.
And I'm not going to lie and say best inside the UK, but I'll say best outside the UK by far.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're lucky we're not in the UK. That's what I'm saying.
facts.
Yeah.
If we had access to
All right.
If we had access
UK
to the
money?
actual games, oh
Oh.
my god.
And Etihad Airlines, the game's over now.
Yeah,
Who's a
game.
super fan? Coda, what's his name?
Coda, yeah.
Coda.
Coda,
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Yeah,
he
shout out
comments first,
He does
Watch
comment
every
first
video
every week.
He's a guy.
And the most enthusiastic comments as well.
yeah, shout
Who's
out.
the person that says this is the best night of the week? Tuesday.
Yeah,
Coda.
that's him, that's him.
Yeah.
We need to fly him to Australia one day.
Yeah.
Where is he? Coda, where are you? Where do you
He's in
live?
America.
America.
Yeah,
Dakota.
he's America.
Texas, right?
Dakota.
I thought it was Texas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
shit.
he's in Texas.
Yeah.
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 Thought I saw him say that.
Yeah,
his name's
Texas
Dakota.
Ranger on our pod. That's sick.
PLJ March said, I honestly didn't think brothers living in Australia. This has
I wonder why.
This is wriggling my mind.
Maybe when denies on.
Yeah. I think people can't comprehend.
Wem.
I think if they have no idea of like Australia, they can't comprehend that we're all from Australia.
Because I feel like
Together.
Australia has a typical like,
Yeah.
g'day, mate. You know?
Yeah.
We
And
don't have kangaroos.
and talking
shit.
about football as well.
Even another one at Muriano 457. What? No way these brothers are Australian. We are Australian.
Yeah.
There's a couple born in Africas, but
Yeah.
still they've got the right
Got
documents.
got
They've
the
got
got-
everything that's necessary.
Their ages
to pass.
are the
Bud,
same
ages
ages
are
as.
valid.
give me 5 Australian prime ministers.
John Howard,
Yep.
Mhm.
Tony Abbott,
Yep.
Mhm.
Julie Gillard,
Yep.
ScoMo.
Yep. One more.
Ooh, who's one?
07, 07.
Ah,
07.
Kevin Crud.
Yeah, there we go, baby.
Let's go.
See?
Prime Minister who walked in the beach and was never seen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
Bob
What's his name?
something. Bob.
Bob Hawke Lager.
Was it Bob? No.
No, it wasn't Bob.
Nah,
it was
nah,
someone
that's
else.
the one that always gets on the piss.
Yeah. He's got his own lager.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, he went swimming. Never
I can
came
name a
Yeah,
couple.
I know
Didn't
that
know
one.
that.
Came back.
Uh,
Who's the guy that was in charge ages ago, and he was like very controversial, like a long time ago during war. And
John
that.
Howard.
Nah, during the wars.
It was a bit controversial.
Yeah, he was. He didn't want
John
to say
Howard
sorry.
was controversial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't want to say sorry.
Yeah, he didn't want to say sorry.
Who's the other controversial dude?
We should know this shit.
Menzies?
Oh, yeah.
Robert Menzies, is
Menzies
he
was
the one?
Menzies.
Just after World War II, yes.
Yeah, he was the one around when. He was the one around when "World is Burning" song. You know,
Oh,
How can
Robert
we
Menzies
sleep
actually had
when
two-
our beds are
2 stints.
2 stints.
Yeah, Midnight Oil.
Yeah.
Who was
He was
around
never
then?
Prime Minister.
Huh?
Midnight
He wasn't
Oil.
Prime Minister.
Who was Prime Minister when that song came out?
I don't know. It
It's
was
like
Midnight
in the
Oil, Beds are
90s.
Burning. Beds are
70s.
burning. Yeah, who was then?
Paul Keating, Bob Hawke.
Bob Hawke. Was it Bob Hawke?
We've said Bob Hawke Lager
Was it-
like 10
was
times.
it Not really. Sometimes stuff is just playing in my head.
Evolution is my head.
Beds
I wish I
are
was a punk rock
burning.
But
girl.
yeah, keep commenting.
Flowers in
We
my
love
hand.
all of your comments.
Thank
Bud
you.
often at work just goes and reads all the comments. He doesn't reply to them for some reason.
I like
but
him.
Yeah, he likes
Yeah,
them.
because it filtered work. I was gonna say interesting fact or fun fact. You know, the sandwich incident with Julia Gillard. That was
Yeah.
at Lynham.
Oh, you were at the school, weren't you?
I was there that day.
Where they chucked the sandwich at her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who
Don't you know the guy?
Yeah, I know him as
Yeah,
well.
he
Follows
knows,
me.
He knows him. Yeah.
It was Bob Hawke, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. We know.
Yeah, we said that, mate.
If you guys are wondering, Bob Hawke was Prime Minister at the time. You didn't even say it, Anthony Albanese.
Yeah.
He's. We'll talk about him later.
Albo.
Also, make sure you. If you guys want to do a plug or it's someone you want to sponsor the show or something you want free gear off, feel free. But if anyone has an Adidas plug, connect, can get me some Adidas boots, comment,
Did you like
and I'll be in touch. Oh, I love them.
Really?
No.
Adidas fits so weird. Like the
I did
boots.
it.
Pointy for me.
Yeah. The
That's fair.
The sizing for me doesn't work for
I
boots.
don't know. I don't really like Adidas, but they caught my eye.
But I mean, if we get a sponsorship, man, I'll love Adidas.
Recently, I saw this video of this girl from Liverpool. She was doing an interview with Gakpo. Did you guys see that video? She got
Gakpo,
to do
you
the Gakpo.
Yeah.
They call him Gacha.
Yeah.
She got to drive with him from his house to the training, and like was watching them train, and then she did like day in the life with him.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
the kind of stuff.
But
I
he
wanna
lives
do,
a
so
boring life.
If
He
you can
looks
get me
boring.
there, yeah, he is a bit boring.
You reckon?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, them-
He's very
I thought we deceptively
he's very
like-
faith.
We can do that. Me. and
Oh,
you.
religious.
He's very
Melbourne
religious. Yeah,
sports.
Oh, I respect that.
Now we need to see Bursard. If
Oh,
we go
yeah.
in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Barisha.
Is he
More
in
interesting,
Melbourne?
Yeah,
Like Cyprus or
I think he is.
Oh,
No,
did he
oh,
move?
he's in
Australia,
Australia. I think he's
I
in
think.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
I think he spends a lot of time at what's the Albanian club, the football club?
Oh, Brunswick.
No.
no.
Oh, that's the
I
team
don't know.
you got
Dandenong
relegated.
Thunder.
with.
Maybe. Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't
team
know.
you got relegated, eh?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, we've never talked about this. We got a relegation.
It doesn't
Not
count
Survivor.
as relegation if you don't play half the games.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy. Relegation.
Ah, but if
Guy.
you know if you win the league
You
and
have
you
to play a certain amount of games.
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
do.
have to play five.
But if,
but
if you win
Yeah.
Champions League, you only have to play one game.
Is it one
Yeah.
game?
So
Because there's only like 10 games.
So,
But
yeah, that's why he sitting in
Yeah.
the barbershop with
He
his
milks
medal.
that bad.
He just turned around.
If Jeremy's team got promoted, he would have been like, "Yeah, I got my
wouldn't
team
have left if we're
promoted."
gonna get promoted.
But now, because they got relegated, he doesn't want to say nothing.
I wouldn't have left.
I bought a new phone case today. Why is it clear? I don't know.
What's that circle?
I remember I had that Calvin case.
Are you? Do you do that for lighting?
Yeah.
Is that for the
Apparently, you can put it on like them things in the car, and then
Oh yeah, I
like
got
a
that as
magnet
well.
holder?
is it? You have the same one. See that?
Oh, Apple, if you want to give us phones,
Yeah, I do need a new phone.
Make sure you
Phones,
like, share,
computers.
subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. Let's get into it. The first game, we're saving Bud for a little bit. We're going to go straight to the Manchester derby. We all did previews last week.
Nah,
Actually, you two obviously didn't watch the episode because you were
I did.
very so busy.
I did watch because
Okay.
Riley
Yeah.
dogged me out. The
Yeah. He said he's the only one with ball knowledge.
yeah, that's crazy.
Who didn't watch?
Riley and Tom. I mean, Mitch and Bud and Tom.
He
I
was
did
on
watch.
it.
Last week?
He was on it. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
sorry.
he was on
Yeah,
it,
you
and
were
I
on
sat right.
yeah, so Riley
Oh, yeah, I
says
sat in the middle with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Sorry, my
remember.
bad.
it's crazy. Riley says no ball knowledge, but he came last in the trivia one the week before.
True.
So it's crazy.
True.
Very crazy.
We did predictions. Somebody got the prediction correct. 3-0.
What did I say? 4? I said 4-1
4-1, I
or
think.
4-0.
For all.
And I said scorers were Rodri, Foden, and Haaland.
Oh, you got Foden and Haaland.
2 out of 3.
Nice.
is all
And
right.
Rodri won the pen.
Manchester derby. Haaland at the double. 11 for the season. I want to start with the point of why is it now like it's gotten to a point where City have beat United at Old Trafford 3-0 and everyone's just like, oh yeah.
It should never be like that.
It should
It's
never be
expected.
like that.
It's completely expected. We've got to a point at the moment in the season in football in the Premier League where City going to Old Trafford is expected to be a demolition. You're thinking like, oh, maybe United can pull out. Like last season, they pulled something out of the bag. That was like out of the blue, controversial. But today, this morning for us is the performance that we fully expected. I think people said United might win just because, if you get it right, you look like the smartest person
Tom
in the
said
world.
that.
Yeah. If you get it right, you look like the smartest person in the world.
you
Exactly
say
what Tom
United?
did. Yeah.
But realistically, I know he didn't think that.
Yeah.
And what happened in the game was the first half, yes, United defended pretty well and pretty solid, but the second half was like a full-on men's team against a bunch of little kids. That's what it played like. How can you be physically way worse, technically way worse, tactically way worse? You're in your own home ground and the City fans were louder than the United fans. Did you hear him chanting Ole at the end? Yeah. Oh my God, every single pass, Ole, Ole, Ole. They couldn't even get near the ball. So if you're a United fan, things could not look more grim.
But based on the past 30 years, City fans were always like, compared to United fans, like
The little bro.
trash. Yeah.
Little bro,
Little
yeah.
bro. Yeah. Little bro. Now,
Bad.
if you're a City fan in Manchester, what kind of energy you on? Is it like, listen up, little Nick, listen, is it like that, or what? You're humble still.
Hell no.
Nah, because I don't know what they're like though. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what a City fan looks like.
Yeah.
You know a couple.
Yeah, but they're not real City fans. They've changed teams. So if that's what they're all like, then they're
Okay,
little
say it's
B-words.
a
No, but they're the
diehard
real,
fan.
they're the real fans in
Yeah, imagine
Manchester.
the guy, that
Yeah,
fucking,
they're all
that
redheads.
Steve guy, the bald guy that's always on the videos. Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's good. Not Boovy, like Boovy's a fan, but I'm just saying like a
Yeah,
diehard,
You know how they would walk around the street? You know when like you're a smart ass, but you don't want to say anything. I feel like that's what City fans are like.
Right, example.
Like what could it be like? Like you're just like a smart ass and you like got like a grin. And you want people to ask you, oh, like, why are you smiling? Like, what's up? You like waiting for that moment for someone
So you're
to
not
ask
on
you.
smoke, pretty much.
Nah, they're all like redheads and stuff, so they can't be on smoke.
I don't get the redheads, but
They are.
just because De Bruyne is redheaded
No, it's
doesn't
not
mean
even
that
it's-
all City fans
It's not
are
even just De
redheads.
Bruyne, bro. Look at the people that support City.
United don't have anything
No
left.
muscles.
If
They
you're
don't
a
have
United
muscles,
fan,
nothing.
the thing used to be we're most successful. We won the treble. Because City just won the treble last year, and every single year from about 2012, they've made your club look so inferior.
Bad.
So what do you have left?
Mike, same energy.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at everything. There's nothing that you can say United is better than, other than maybe like their history.
Shirt
That's really
sales.
it. And I
Shirt
feel
sales,
like
maybe.
I don't know. I just feel like there's too much going on at United. I feel like they've got too many ghosts from the past hanging around. I feel like there's issues with maybe the the manager and how he connects with the playing group, players underperforming, injuries, everything's going wrong. So I don't know. I feel like if you're a United fan, it's not looking good. And there's no, you can't even be like, all right, we're starting to build this. We look good like this. Tactics aren't working. Players aren't playing well. And even his own changes, like he pushes McTominay deeper when you know that he can't play there. He's only performing as playing as a 9. So it's like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Tom, are you on smoke if you're a City fan right now?
Yeah.
After years of
have gone to
being little
50
broed,
years
surely.
of hurt and you've been degraded badly by
Head
these United
pats.
guys.
Yeah.
Little pat on the head.
And there'd be times where they wouldn't even thought about them because they weren't even in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll say Liverpool's our biggest rivalry. Like, we don't care.
I don't
Yeah.
even think about the City.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
They made it as if it was Liverpool-Everton pretty much for the
Yeah.
last 20 years.
I'll be on smoke bad.
Surely.
Bad.
Yeah, but what can they
Every
say, bro?
opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's everything.
But it's because I'm thinking of it because that's what they look like. Like they look like, I can't say it, but they look like something.
You know what they
certain
were saying?
fans-
20 titles. That's all they got.
Yeah,
right now.
that's
Yeah,
United.
that's it. Titles.
But I was watching a fan like debate of United City before the game on the club, and it was pretty much like Boovy saying, "You had your treble, we did it.
Yeah.
We did 3 in a row, 3 prems in a row. But there's stuff that you've never done that we've done.
100
We've got
points.
100 points. We've won every domestic trophy in one season.
The 4 English trophies.
We've done all this shit.
Yeah.
So what is there left that we have to do?
And they're also going to do it
Yeah.
for the next 20 years while United are struggling. You know what's going to happen when Guardiola leaves? You know who they're going to get? They're going to go Brighton and say, De Zerbi, come coach here.
Potentially, yeah.
It's funny, like,
Yeah.
it's not like United can't get themselves out of this as well. They got the money.
They should have.
They spend the
already.
money as
Fucking
well.
players they're buying are terrible. And it's not even like, yeah, they can be bad and they could just put in a shift and you can maybe win. Like, these guys are playing bad and they're not even running for the team. You've got fucking Rashford. How long are we going to let Rashford get away with being fucking wonder kid?
Yeah, there's a
One
time.
good season.
There's
How
a
long?
there's a
Tell me how
time
long.
there's a time where the kid can't keep staying in the same year group. You know when, like, what's that movie with Adam Sandler where he's like in school and where he's in
Waterboy.
the one he's like in school, isn't he?
Oh,
And he's like way older than all the other people.
No,
Oh, Longest Yard.
it's not happening anymore.
Whatever that movie is, that's literally Rashford trying to.
Madison.
That's the one.
Madison, yeah.
That's Rashford trying to stay in the conversation with Saka. He's trying to stay in those conversations with those
grown.
players, with Bellingham. He's trying. I reckon at England camp he tries to hang out with them guys, but they're like, "Cuz you need to move to the other table. You need to go to the table with the older people." But he can't. He hasn't moved on past the wonder kid stage yet. Saka's moving past him. How has Saka already gone past him?
Yeah, facts.
Do we think there's an ownership problem at United?
Yep.
Because a lot of people have been talking about the problems. They don't do this. They don't support. United's going backwards. Do we agree, or do we feel like it's a bit of a let's just blame something else?
I saw a thing we were watching today, and I think it was Carragher saying they're giving, as much as people say that the manager needs to have all the say, he needs to have this. When you're at United, right, and your team's not performing, and you can see like this coach, he might get axed in a couple years or in a year. They've got 8 players in their squad right now from Eredivisie, like with Eredivisie, like that's where they were previously. So if a new manager comes in, you got a coach who's brought in all these players that only he would possibly want because nobody else wants those guys. Casemiro, who's too old to be even now play, he's been replaced already. Mount, who they brought in, I saw they said he's already dead. And Mount is to replace Eriksen, who's now dead as well. And then Malacia doesn't play at all. Luke Shaw's dead.
injured.
They brought in Reguilon, dead.
Batteries, probably.
Yeah.
Varane, dead. All these players are just dead, deceased.
Yeah.
And so a new coach is going to come in, and then how long again is the next cycle going to be if this doesn't work? And
yeah,
at the moment,
yeah,
it's not working.
Think-
On
I think-
oh, sorry, you go.
Nah, you go.
I was just going to say on the ownership thing, MJ, I feel like the Glazers have been trying to sell United for years.
Yeah.
And recently, in the last probably 18 months, I feel like every month it's like, oh, someone's interested
Yeah.
in United.
Yeah.
They put in a bid rejected, they pull out.
Yeah.
There's a new person, or they only want 25%.
Yeah.
Or they want 25% and complete ownership of
Yeah.
like, all footballing responsibilities. So it's like, must be such a distraction for these players not knowing who's going to own the club, what's going to happen,
Yeah.
and all this shit.
Even for like the staff around the club, I get that because you might not have a job if a new owner comes in.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's obviously the football side of it is distracted, but at the same time, the players and the coaching staff train all week, every day, and then they go out to the games. And even Roy Keane said, "I never know how they're going to play."
How can you have no style?
Yeah, because I feel like there would be little difference between the pressure and all the bullshit United's facing now than like 20 years ago. I feel like it was the same, but maybe because they were winning, they had more leaders, it was different. But I guess, yeah, I don't know. It's
On that, I feel as though it's a good point because they would have had similar stuff going on around the club. The Glazers have been in charge, I think, even since Fergie was there.
Yeah.
But it was like the last few
The
years.
end,
he was
yeah.
there. But they were still managing to win.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a way you can do it. But the style of play thing is what gets me because I think Ten Hag's caught up in wanting to play how he played at Ajax and looking at results.
Now as well.
Yeah, but United never had a style of play. Like, they weren't that club that were, like, built on the foundations of, oh, we played this football, we play good football, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I'm confused why United fans are so after that style of play.
I just think it's because
Because
football's progressed, though.
Yeah, but they aren't them, and they never were them.
But at that time, though, if you looked at even the best teams, their style of play wasn't so, like, prominent. There was more as though who has, like, certain players, you get the ball into certain areas, into certain players, and defensively you're strong. Whereas now, I think if you're, like, a big team, you have to have this style of play that's very recognizable. Like, players can adapt and perform and do what is asked when it comes to the time. But I feel as though then it's not as
But I
important.
don't think it's a style of play that the fans are after in terms of, like, we want to dominate games and stuff. Like, they want that, I'm saying, but why is that necessary?
I think, yeah.
Like, no, I was just going to say you looked at how successful Mourinho was with his style of play.
But
Diego
he's not-
Simeone,
but Mourinho
Conte.
came in.
Yeah.
Mourinho came in. They've already had coaches.
No, I know, but
with that-
Mourinho came in. They got second with his style of play. They didn't like his style of play. They didn't want him to be there. But what do they want really?
I think for me it's weird because when you looked at when Ten Hag was probably at his best last season, they were very transitional. And I feel like as a fan, they loved that type of football. And maybe they said, what's the next step up from just being a transitional team to, like, maybe we use the ball better, we get in better players so that we can control the games.
Yeah.
But so it's weird because I'm like, he's tried to move away from that. It's not working, but then they can't even now be a transitional team
Because the players they brought in.
with the players that they have.
Gassed when they got Ten Hag in, and they knew what his style was when they got him.
Yeah.
So now when they come in and he tries to implement that style of play, the first 3 months it was good. They were looking good and they loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as they started losing games, it's like, oh no, this style doesn't work in the Premier League, blah, blah, blah. You knew what you were getting when you got him.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to help him implement that style of play, then what's the point
I
of getting a coach like that?
Yeah,
I
facts.
think though there's
That's how I see it.
issues where if they are playing transitional, right, and teams can play transit. This was like Liverpool's biggest problem with Klopp when we first got him. We used to play a lot of transition, but the problem would come to when teams would sit back against us and we couldn't break them down. And I feel like Man U are going through it very similar because when they verse the lower teams, they do have a lot of possession. They have players who are supposed to be able to play in tight areas and progress the ball up the field and keep the ball and maintain pressure. But their team isn't, not good enough against those teams. So you see when they do perform well, it's always in a sense of transition. They're scoring on the counter. Rashford looks good. That's when they look their best. Bruno's deep and playing longer passes into the front three. But when they play against the block, they can't break them down. And then when they play against the good teams, they can't go toe to toe fighting. They can't play against them. So they're trying to counter, but
I think the key
defenders
difference
are
between
leaking shit.
how they look, United look, and how Liverpool looked, even with Liverpool's bad times under Klopp and times where they weren't so successful or weren't so dominant, they always had the most energy and fitness throughout their team. United look like they can't even run. The players don't look like they can get through 90 minutes.
That was our identity, I guess.
Yeah, and even in games where you got dominated, you still had energy to finish the game. You still had energy to hit teams on the counter-attack. That's how you guys got a lot of
But
results.
that's what I was saying about the recruitment before. Klopp specifically bought players
Who could move.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
What are United
He
buying?
knew he wasn't
What
going to
style
go.
are they buying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they screwed up with the initial getting Ten Hag because if you wanted a style of play, you brought Ten Hag in. He takes time.
Yeah.
But you also wanted to buy superstar players, like the high end players, which isn't what he's used to.
Exactly.
So you want to change your whole style of play, but also buy big caliber players.
I get that.
So it's
I
like
agree.
it's a mess from the start.
Yeah.
If you wanted to buy the big caliber players, don't buy Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Like stay to your old way.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't
It
mix
needed
both
to be like an
'cause it's not
Arsenal
working.
rebuild.
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
the
it's not
start.
Arsenal
working.
and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they
I think
do it.
that's on that point of like ghosts in the past and all the noise.
Yeah.
I feel like United is so toxic as a manager because you don't really get the control you want because you're influenced by the commercial pressures by the owners.
100%.
And then the fans want these players. And then now you've got a manager who he's got to deal with all these forces. This guy needs to play. This guy needs to play. We need this player.
Yeah.
But then he can't enforce his system. That's why I think
Yeah,
it's such
I
a
agree.
weird mix of all this rubbish that now it's in a place where, it's Ten Hag or it's a
Yeah.
system. When maybe he hasn't been able to really do that. Because when he did do that, it was working well. Then they
Yeah.
buy this player, maybe that he
I
didn't
agree.
want.
Because
So,
you
I don't
look
know.
at the only time, basically, that Arteta's realistically, in his time at Arsenal, been scrutinised is now with Havertz once he spent 70,
5 mil.
75 mil, whatever the
65,
case
yep.
is, 65, 70 mil.
60 mil.
70 mil. And because it's a big transfer fee and it's someone who's
disgusting,
not really
100 mil,
performing. Whereas Havertz could and is a piece for him that's he's going to be worked in and it's going to be overtime and he's going to learn to play. Whereas with United, that's the kind of signings are players that they want to be worked in, but you can't just be going and spending 190 million on Anthony. You can't be spending 65 million on
From the jump.
you can't just be spending big amounts of money on one player, two players, whatever the case is. Whereas you looked at Liverpool, they were signing Salah for 30 million, Mane for 30 million, whatever the case is. It's 30 million, 30 million, 30 million until you can compete. And then you can bring in 100 million, 90 million. But you can't just, there's too much pressure, especially when you're trying to build a system. There's too much pressure on players to perform instantly when they're signed for a big amount of money. When you're trying to build a system to slowly get better and create. And then Anthony, he's not the worst if he's signed for 50 million or whatever, 40 million. He's not the worst because you can allow him to learn in games and he doesn't score. It's not the
doesn't
biggest
have to
deal.
start.
Exactly. It's not the biggest deal if he doesn't start this week and he starts next week.
But at the same time, is the problem a transfer market problem? Is it the manager having too much say in who they buy? Because you look at use Liverpool as an example. They were saying when Klopp came in, the players he wanted were like Julian Brand, all these Dortmund players, pretty much, and the Liverpool scouting department were like, no, get Salah, get Mane, get all these players that fit how we're trying to play.
Yeah.
Is that the case? Because does Ten Hag just go, I've worked with these players, let's get them, instead of having it doesn't look like there's
The Liverpool
any sort
team
of
is
process
extensive
in place.
It's
at all.
extensive.
Liverpool now sign players specifically for a mold, for a position, whereas Ten Hag's just gone, let's just sign players I've worked with. I think 8 of the players that he signed, he's already coached in some capacity.
So are we saying it's like a recruitment problem?
I'm saying the recruitment
questioning the
is
recruitment.
some of the reason why in game it doesn't look good.
But he's also...
But he should get the blame for
the style, the
not
tactics.
implementing a fucking recruitment.
Exactly. And
he
also the
does.
players... If you can look at De Zerbi and how he's improved the players at Brighton, you should be able to some extent, improve the players at United. Because there's not one player that you can look at that...
We were having this debate in the car. Do you think a manager should have to improve the players he currently has that he never bought?
I think that's a sign of a good manager.
Yeah, but I think it also depends on the objective of the manager and where the manager is what their manager is expected to do.
Yeah.
Because I think if you look at the best teams, often they're not really improving players. It's like this guy has to play well, or these are players that are going to play well.
Yeah, that's
but if it's like a manager like the Zerbi, I think the expectation is I've come in, this is a squad that we have. I need to make these guys better because this is the transition we need to get to the next spot.
But I feel as though in that transition, you should still be making the players that you have for now better and more suited to
In the
your style.
transition,
to be honest, I
Because
agree.
yeah.
I think good managers
I
will
feel as
make
though
players
Liverpool
better
did that.
regardless.
There were
I agree.
players that were,
I agree.
even just like I was saying, Henderson, Klopp came in, not that he made him technically way better, but he turned him into a consistent starter and one of like the Premier League's like midfielders, and he did. Even Firmino implemented him into the system properly and changed position, and Trent brought him into the squad and things like that. I feel as though good managers in the transition period, they should be doing.
I think the key factor in that is, I think with Klopp, with Arteta, even with like Pochettino now, I think the club, before they bought the coach, sat them down like, what's your plan? Like Chelsea, before they bought Poch, were like, they sat down a couple, and Enrique, they sat him down. Nagelsmann and Poch. They were like, what's your plan? Like, what do you want to do and shit? Same, I feel like the same would have been with Jurgen Klopp. Like, they sat down these managers and kind of had like a interview type shit. Whereas United, I think they just bought him without even talking to him as what he wants to do. And I think there was like a barrier of like, he's a manager that builds and takes time and is used to like a longer process and people being patient with him. And I think United bought him because he was the next like big manager everyone was talking about. So, because they're used to just buying just a player that's kind of ready. So they thought like buying a manager that's ready will help United.
So for you guys, just quickly before we just move on to the part of the game, is more onus on United as a football club for employing Ten Hag and not doing their due diligence in fucking researching, or is it on Ten Hag? Who do you think of the percentages is more at fault for United's current?
I'm saying the club.
Same.
Because I feel like if you look historically and their record of managers since Fergie, it's clear that there's an issue with managers coming in and how they're treated, or what happens with signings, or what happens with certain players. And yeah, we can put onus on the manager, but I feel like it has to be something like within the club itself and the energy or whatever's going on that we don't really see.
Yes.
Like that since Fergie left.
Exactly.
If you're a business and you hire someone for a role that they're not qualified to do, or your expectations are here and they don't do them, it's ultimately your fault for hiring the person.
100%.
No?
Yeah.
So
It's it's down to United, I think.
yeah.
And it'll continue like this if they just keep.
I don't think, I think ultimately where United are right now is because of the club, but what they're showing week in, week out on the field is definitely down to Ten Hag to me, because I don't think you can be the coach that everyone claims him to be and then that be the football that you
but
perform
it's like
each week.
United, for me, even if it's this year or like 5 years ago, they still look the exact same. Like it's different players, but it's the exact same United. So I don't think it's Ten Hag. I think it's the actual club.
But why
6
can't you
months
be
ago, they looked like people.
Yeah,
were
why
like,
can't
But
you be a
there's
coach that
little
comes in
splurges of that, but it's still back to the same thing. Like that's just an outlier where they go good. Like
Yeah.
Rashford,
Oli
he
had
goes
that.
good
Oli
for a
had
little
that
bit,
as well, yeah.
and then it's just
Mourinho
down.
had that. They finished
I feel
second.
like the
one.
club and to some extent the fans, United is probably the only club in the world, along with Madrid, where you don't get any transition period.
Yeah.
You're not given any sort of grace.
That's a great
By the
point.
media. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the media,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either you perform now or...
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's relentless.
Yeah.
And that's probably part of the huge problem.
Yeah.
And maybe the pressure, the commercial pressure of why the owners
They need
are,
to be good.
then it's like, we need to do this or we can't do this because they're like, we need stuff now.
Do you think it's also like they're not used to buying like young players and letting them wait? Like I feel like Ronaldo and Rooney are the only like outliers in that scenario where they were bought young, but they were like kind of ready already. Whereas now United buying Sancho, buying Anthony, buying Malacia, buying like all these young players that the club's not used to.
In
I
the
feel like
current
they-
time, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like
Back in the day,
yeah.
that was
I
like
feel like
their
they're
bag.
used
Yeah.
to buying players that like nearly there. There's just one more step. Whereas these players they're getting are not even one step away from being ready. They're like a couple down.
Yeah, if we're speaking like very recently.
In a
like the
different
last 10,
environment,
15
though, they
years,
could be one
yeah.
step away from being ready.
They could be, but that's what I mean. So it's
But they did
a
have the
United
whole class of
environment.
92 thing, which
Which
was
is
all young
ridiculous,
players pretty much,
yeah.
and they won the treble.
And they also paired them... Like, they used to buy superstars. They
Yeah.
used to just pick who they wanted
Yeah.
Yeah.
and buy
At any time.
Yeah.
They could sign somebody
Yeah.
at any time.
Yeah.
Back in the
Okay,
day.
quick pointers on the game. Did you guys think it was a pen? The Rodri pen. Because for me, I think if you isolate that moment, it's a pen. Because he's not playing at the ball, he grabs him. But then if you are going to say that is a pen, you have to give every single moment like that happens across
And-
the Premier League.
Absolutely.
Every corner, every set piece,
Yeah.
every fixture, there'd be at least 4 pens a game.
And with that being said, in the same game, Harry Maguire literally wrestles Haaland to the ground in the box, and it's
not
much
looked
more
at.
contact.
Yeah, it's not looked at.
Much more contact than the Rodri incident, but it's because the game's at 3-0 maybe, or the game's at 2-0, whatever the case is. They say, let's not look at it, whatever. Don't want to make things worse.
Yeah.
No, you got to be consistent, and it's a pen, give him a card, whatever the case is. Otherwise, you don't call the Rodri foul. If the ref doesn't call the Rodri foul, then don't go to VAR and say, if the ref calls it, sure, then he sees that, he says that's a foul. But if the VAR is going to pick that up every single time, there's 4 of those every single match day.
Rubbish. It's rubbish.
Because if that one's a foul, the Sterling one in the Brentford game
Is a penalty.
pen
Yeah.
as well.
100%.
It's
Definitely.
contact in the box. They're not playing at the ball.
Definitely.
Part of
It's
football.
not too different
Yeah.
for
In
me.
the midfield, it's a yellow card.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
It's so silly.
yeah, but they tended not to give that on every set piece.
yeah.
Defenders could wrestle. They could hold players.
Yeah.
And there would be no fouls.
Even in the Chelsea game, we're bringing up the Chelsea game again, but even in the Chelsea game, you know the one where the centre back just shoves someone on the ground in the box?
Gallagher.
But
It was Gallagher. Yeah.
But that's not even like looked at as anything. But if it's in the middle of the field, I know for a fact they're giving them a free kick,
foul.
or if it's if that happens to the striker pushing the centre back when he's shooting the ball out or something,
Yeah,
foul,
foul.
straight away, foul.
Do you remember last season? Tottenham
Crazy.
Chelsea when they scored off the corner and Romero literally grabs
Yeah.
Cucurella by the hair down and they score and they win. They
No,
draw.
It was first game last year.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so much
I've got no
happened
issue
last.
with it being a pen, but
Yeah.
if it's going to be a pen,
Every
Everything's a
single
And give
thing.
everyone a pen.
That's the problem I have.
Yeah.
There's no consistency whatsoever.
I think refs
Rubbish.
needed before the season just have a rule book.
They do
Tell
man.
everyone. No, they need to tell everyone.
Prem
So then
refs,
we
man.
can go back and be like, you're wrong here. Whereas they just stay silent. People forget about it for 1 week and then
That
it's the
Doug
same shit.
McDermott guy. I hate him the most of any person.
Damn it. Did you guys have any standouts for player of the game? Obviously, Haaland scores a double
Mr. Phillip.
away at Old Trafford. But for me, Bernardo Silva, big standout. But
Yeah.
you guys, anyone different?
Phil
Foden.
Foden.
Oh, yeah,
man.
Foden.
Phil
Yeah.
Foden. Honestly, I feel like we slandered him a lot.
Yeah, you predominantly.
No, not me. Definitely the Arsenal guys. They were always talking about why is he compared to Saka, this, that.
True.
I was hearing that.
Yeah, I
But
was saying
when
that.
you-
It's true.
This season,
He was-
especially
he
this
was better
season.
than- He was better than Foden last year.
Yeah, he was.
So what's the problem?
But I'm saying he's slandered a lot. So when he is performing,
Yeah, well, when
And
he
he's
performs,
we-
we'll say
we've
he's good.
accepted
nobody has
he's
talked
good
about
then.
him this season.
What? He's been good.
This season he's been so good. I think
Yeah.
for me he's been maybe just behind Alvarez as City's, and Rodri I guess is suspended, but City's best players. And in the
He's looked
United
nice.
game, my God, everything he does, everything.
Yeah.
Defensively, everything, creates goals, scores goals. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
In his own corner flag, do you see the one where he dribbled out from his own corner flag? I was like, man, this guy, I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah.
Onana should get a little bit of praise.
He was
Like,
good.
just
thought
a
it was good.
little bit. Like he did good.
I thought it was good.
Pen's
to be
not
fair.
his fault.
You know what I think about Onana this year? It's going to be like constant, like magnifying glass, like microscope on anything. Anything that happens in any game, it'll be him. Did he make this? Even for the goal, the third goal, the commentators were saying, "Oh, Onana hasn't pushed it to the side
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw
enough."
that.
And I'm going, "What are you
pushed
talking
it-
about?"
Haaland
There's been
crossed it
4
from the
players who have
byline.
let Rodri shoot.
Yeah.
The ball, he makes the save. The ball comes back out to thing. Johnny Evans hasn't tracked Haaland, and then he cuts it across for a
then
sweaty.
Maguire didn't
And
track
they were
Foden.
saying Onana,
Yeah.
he didn't make the save. I was going, what are you?
He's also the
talking
only
about?
reason their game wasn't 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Haaland
Haaland's
could have scored
header.
3 headers.
Yeah.
3 headers.
One
just
of
Yeah,
those
I know it
was
was good.
Let's go to Stamford Bridge. Brentford 2, Chelsea
go.
0.
Chelsea!
Yeah.
I think we just got Uber Eats. Let me
Chelsea,
get it.
man.
Yeah, we can.
All the gear, no idea. That's what they look like.
We have to go to that game, bud, because you obviously weren't here last week.
Yeah, that's what I
Your
mean.
boy
bro.
Riley spoke on Chelsea. We gave you actually praise. We said you were
Yeah,
the
we
better
did.
team.
Yeah, but he
Arsenal were
said he was-
trash.
Yeah.
But now that result last week just looks like a bully, like a.
It does.
They were saying Chelsea's bad.
Yeah.
I didn't
Chelsea's
say
back. Chelsea's back.
Yeah.
Genuinely, you were pathetic against Brentford.
Oh, we were watching the game.
Yeah.
But first half, we weren't bad.
First half,
I feel
I
first
thought
half-
they were decent.
But I think that's the problem with Chelsea. For the last year and a half, if we do not score by half time, the game, it just tilts. Like as soon as we come out second half, it's nerves.
I want to tell...
Whether if that's the young players or like people just know the other team's going to score for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just
You're
the exact
fragile.
same shit. Like,
Yeah, that's
and
what
it's
it
just
is.
annoying because there's games where we've lost this year where I've been like, okay,
Go
Like,
hard.
system's been okay, but this game was just shit. Like second half was awful. Players that came on that I've
better myself.
never seen in my life.
Bateson came on.
These guys should not be like, respectfully, we're down. You shouldn't be bringing them on to change the game for you. Keep them players then. Keep the starters on.
Yeah.
Yeah, are they injured? No. Yeah, they're not
just
injured.
scored.
They're not
Especially 'cause
injured.
you got a squad of
You
9.
think,
Madison.
you think a 19-year-old's gonna win a game for you
Maybe.
that we've never seen play?
Well, he's better than the ones you got on.
No, really. Did you see what happened? Mason 87 comes on,
Yo.
5'2",
And
5'2", and he's the only one back. What kind of mass is
that's
that?
embarrassing. Yeah.
Why didn't he foul
That's
or
Chelsea.
something either?
That's football
I wanted
mass.
to
By that point, the game's done.
Yeah.
It's
But
done.
The game's done.
But before that, chances in the box. The David guy, he had a chance in the box. Someone missed it first. Air swung. I think it was Cole Palmer air swung, but he could have tapped it in. Missed.
I'd
Yeah.
like to tell Tom a fact.
If that's
from
Drogba
the
there,
game.
it's going in.
You know, so all right, so let's just imagine this is Arsenal guys or Liverpool, right? In
Couldn't
that
be.
in the situation.
Yeah.
But let's just imagine, right? You go down 1-0 to Brentford.
could never be.
From the moment on, from going 1-0 down to Brentford
Yeah.
at home, Chelsea didn't manage a single shot on target. From going down 1-0
Yeah, that's
against Brentford, who haven't been great this year, by the way, they haven't.
That's a silly fact.
Zero shots on target.
We're doing so. This is a silly fact.
How's that a silly fact?
Just because we had 0 on target, that doesn't mean we didn't attack.
You had no
and
attempts on
shoot.
goal.
We had attempts on goal. They
didn't.
just were off target.
Just tell me which one.
That's what I mean. It's
Just
a
tell me
silly
which
fact.
ones.
It's a silly fact.
That's not really a shot on
We're
target.
watching the game.
Yeah,
Had
and you
shots
didn't
off
have
target, yeah, but
Yeah.
they did not have a shot on target.
No
That's what-
shots
I
on
know
target.
that. But I'm saying it's a silly fact. 'cause
You
he's
didn't test
saying-
the keeper
he's
once
trying to
after going
say
down
that,
1-0.
No, in the
we
whole
didn't.
second half.
In the whole second half, not even after going down 1-0. In the whole second half, 0 shots on target.
It's silly.
How's that silly?
It's just it's a silly
It's
fact.
so clear that
I reckon you could have
it's
said
it's
anything
so
else
clear
that
that
would've
you
been
brought in attackers who one can't create chances for themselves, one can't finish chances for themselves. You've got attackers who can't create chances for each other. They can't finish chances at all. And in the second half, you don't have enough dominance against a Brentford side to create one shot on target. No way. How's that a silly fact?
You watched the game.
Yes,
we were
I watched
dominant.
it. You weren't in the second half. You weren't dominant
Yes,
at all.
we were.
No,
they
you weren't.
just scored. They literally scored. The only chance they won up, the header.
No, it
it's
wasn't.
not the only
Yes,
chance.
that
Sanchez-
was. Before then, what did they do?
Sanchez
In the
made
second
a
half.
big save straight at him, the
Sanchez
cutback.
save. And you said big save.
Big
remember?
save. You don't
Big
remember?
save. One.
Yeah.
That one too.
That's more than
what
just-
happened.
just
That's
saying.
more
What
than
happened?
that's more than
But
Chelsea
before
had in
that,
the whole
where were
game.
they?
That's
Where
more
were
than
they?
Chelsea had in the
Where
whole
were
game.
they? You
That's
were
more than
watching the
Chelsea
game.
had in the whole game.
You were watching the game.
That's
11
more than
players
Chelsea had
behind
in
the
the whole
ball in
game.
their half.
They're Brentford.
Did we not see that?
Well, they had 4 shots on target in the second half.
Did you? Yeah, but after, before that goal, were they not all in their half?
Are they not
11
Brentford
players?
and you're Chelsea?
11 players.
Are they not Brentford and you're Chelsea? And
Listen,
they jumped you.
If anyone's here is a Brentford fan,
And you spent
I'll actually
you spent 1 billion in 1 year.
come. I'll do something. Watch.
1 billion in 1 year to have
It's
0
cap.
shots on target
It's
against
caps, not
Brentford
1
in the
year.
second half.
Come with better facts.
12 months, it's 1 billion. Yeah, it is.
You've lost another game at home, but why do you think
Another one.
Chelsea is so poor
Bad.
at Stamford Bridge?
I can tell you if you don't know. But you go.
You can go first.
No, you go. You go.
No, you
It's
go.
your question.
I've talked too
Go.
much. You go.
Look, man.
People want to hear a new voice.
I feel like Chelsea's biggest problem is, like you said, they've got like final third kryptonite. Everything looks okay. Middle third, defensive third, they play, yeah, this, that. As soon as they get into the final third, no composure. They don't have finishes, and they lack that like cutting edge. Because I feel like there's a lot of games this season where if you had that, the results change. You probably beat Brentford because you dominated the first half, in my opinion. In my opinion, you had the ball around the box more than enough to at least be more testing or at least score, and you didn't.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's your biggest problem. And then I think, like you said, when the game swings, you don't have the experience and you got too much age. So you just cut, and then that's where it falls apart. Because against Arsenal, the fact that we got a draw in that game, for me, I could not believe it.
Yeah.
And that just shows like,
But that was a goalkeeping error that you saw. If that error doesn't happen, I don't think we can see 2 goals.
well,
from anything else.
if you look at the goal you scored,
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
but the goal
that
you
changed
scored,
the whole game,
Mudryk,
though.
he doesn't mean that. The
I know.
penalty, that's contentious.
Of
so
course.
there's 2 goals that we could argue as well that they're a bit contentious.
But then
as
there's
well.
also I know what you're trying to say, and I agree with that. But I think also just play. I'm not saying play Reece James if he's available and he's fit, start him. If he gets injured, then like that's just your luck. Like honestly, like pour him or whatever, he can recover again, whatever. But if he's fit to play your best team from the start. Brentford's not a team that's like, oh, okay, we can get away with playing Diazy at right back. And look what happened. The first goal, he's up in the fucking clouds looking at nothing. The ball's gone over his head. Bang, Pinnock, back of the net. Same thing. Gusto, bang, over his head, bang, goal. So it's just like, these players have no Prem experience yet. And if you've got a Prem proven player that's fucking good, fucking start him. Like, if he gets injured, he gets injured. But it's not like, oh, let's ease him into the squad. If he's match fit, that means he's match fit to play.
I agree.
Not fucking match fit to sit on the bench, come on at like the 50th minute to try change the game. He's not a game changer in the sense of attacking if he's not starting.
Very cool.
You shouldn't rely on a right back to win you a game if you're down 1-0.
Yikes.
It should be to fucking start, play good throughout the whole game, create chances if you can. But my expectation is have a solid back four, so then chances like that don't like lead to goals in our games, because it's silly.
What's
like,
your
we're looking
best
at
back
it,
four?
huh?
What's your best back four?
I think best back four would be Reece James, Thiago Silva, Bada Chile, and Levi Cole left back.
Maybe you need to go to a 5 because
Like,
No, I think
better than
conceding.
Chilwell.
Well, are we saying like fit players? Because Bada Chile was fit to play as well.
Yeah, like
That's what I'm
best.
saying.
With
Best.
Yeah.
Everyone's back.
Everyone's back.
Yeah.
I think I'd take Levi Cole out, put Bada Chile left centre back, and put Chilwell in. Just because Prem, like, he's played a whole season so far. Yeah, Levi played that thing, but Bada Chile played at Chelsea as well. For now. But them two can easily be interchangeable. But that's my best back four. It's just the worst fucking game.
It's just the way you lose is like what? It's crazy.
And yeah, looking at the run, those games you can't afford to lose.
That's what I was saying.
You can't.
And I was saying last week, things like kind of balance themselves out. So like you might get points in games where you're not meant to, but then you're gonna drop
next week.
points in games where you're not meant to.
Yeah.
And that's another game where you shouldn't have dropped 3 points.
Definitely not.
If you drew, you would have been still angry.
I would have been angry.
Yeah.
But at least I would have had something to talk about here. We got to fucking draw.
Tom, Samuel, just quickly, between you two, can you come up with the 3 main problems at Chelsea? So it could be, if we were doing a pyramid, what are the 3 at the top? Is it injuries? Is it lack of experience, lack of leadership? Is it the coach? Is it the manager? Is it the board? What is the
One,
issue?
recruitment.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same
How
thing.
can you spend £1 billion English pounds and have not one superstar on your team?
That's it.
What do you mean, mate? We got on Kunks.
I wouldn't say
would've
He's not a
preferred-
superstar.
I would have
Watch.
preferred them by 4 £100 million plays. If you're going to spend a bill,
Yeah.
you got it.
Makes more sense.
By 4 starting
30.
superstars.
30.
If you've got the money, and then fill out the rest of the squad. But don't buy 16 players and then just see where they fit.
16
I don't
players and
understand
have.
that. I think they brought in the right coach.
Yeah.
Probably the best option available for them. So I don't think it's the coach.
Yeah.
Don't buy young kids who are going to be good in 3 or 4 years if you're Chelsea and your ambition is to come top 4 or win the Premier League.
Yeah.
There's also a difference though at people with like high ceilings and high potential and having just literally kids who can't even play week in, week out when they need to. Like, you can't just throw away 3 seasons in a row because you think some kid's going to be good in the future. You need players who, are good now, but are going to be good one day, like very good one day. But they need to be good now. You can't be bringing in people and like starting games like Madueke starting for Chelsea, and he's here top. He's not a top 7 winger. He's not a top 6 winger in the Prem.
We were talking about this whilst we were watching the game. How can Cole Palmer play 6 games for City and come in and be the penalty taker? Take all free kicks, take
I'm
all
baffled.
corners, and
He's the guy.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
And drop. He's a player that it's almost as if this is the energy and mentality I'm getting from Cole Palmer right now. It's if an MPL player or like a A-League player was hanging out with their friends who all play Sunday League and they said, we need you to fill in.
Fill in.
And you have gotten to the game and you're like,
Late.
I'm clearly better than everyone here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just drop in and get the ball wherever I want. I'm going to just pick up the ball here. I'm taking every corner. I'm taking free kicks. I'm taking a pen if we get one. And I've been at the club for 6 weeks. For me, it baffles me that a guy that started 3 games for City can come in and just do whatever he wants, and he's like not generational.
And
He's not the
it's
best
not-
player I've ever seen.
if he was coming
it's not
to-
Messi. It's not 20-year-old Messi.
If he was
coming
going
into
to a
the
team
side.
like Sheffield or
legit,
something,
you know what I mean?
it makes sense. You're going to Sheffield, it makes sense you're the guy. But you're going to Chelsea. Like, this is Chelsea.
Most people predicted to come top 4,
Yeah.
who look terrible right now.
Yeah,
To
and the
Chelsea.
reason is because in the 6 that aren't in the back line, so the 3 midfielders and the front 4, I mean the 2 midfielders and the front 4, there is a bar Sterling. There is nobody with any sort of credibility
At all.
at all. There's nobody that you should say like this is our guy. He can grab the game. He can take the game. He can control the game. There's nobody.
You know what's crazy as well? In the last game, Arsenal game, Sterling picks up the ball to take the penalty. All the players say no, give it to
Cole Palmer. I
And
couldn't
was like,
believe that.
What kind of
This is like
foolishness is that?
3-time Premier League winner, Raheem Sterling.
What do you mean?
Like,
but-
proper. 100 goals in the Premier. Like, he's a certified Premier League legend almost at this
Don't
point.
get me wrong. I definitely get as a player who's aspiring to be a top player, you have to have confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to think you're that guy.
But as a
But
team-
as the club and the team, having that player as your guy
Yeah, but
and your only
I
guy
don't think
is
that's
concerning.
that's not like a good example of that. But I get what you guys are trying to say, because the week before he took the other one and scored. So like, if
No, he's a good pen taker. but
no, but why are we changing
in
pen
anyone's
takers
right
though?
mind, why is he taking it in the first place?
That's the problem.
we're saying.
The one the week before he took and scored.
I'm saying
That's
he
what I'm
was
saying.
Why is he
taking
at-
that
Why
one
is,
at all.
why is he taking it?
The first one.
Yeah.
If you're a confident pen taker when we had no pen taker and you're like, I want to take it, and you scored, you should be the pen taker from then on.
No, you shouldn't. If
Why
you're
should
your
you?
guy, if your guy that scored over 100 Prem goals
Then why
says,
didn't he?
says
why
let me
didn't that
grab
guy-
that ball. Was
why didn't
Sterling
that-
on
That's
when
what
they
we're
scored that
saying.
one?
No,
That's
yes.
what we're saying.
Yes, he
That's the
was.
question.
But that's what we're saying.
He let him take it. Go watch the game. He let
But that's
Sterling
what we're
take the one
saying.
before. The game before,
Yeah.
he let Sterling let Cole Palmer take it.
Okay.
And then then what's the problem?
No, the problem is
If you're
why-
saying that guy that you
But
need to
we're
take
obvi-
it, if he's the one offering the pen,
But if he lets Cole Palmer take the one before, then why isn't it just Cole Palmer's the pen taker? Obviously, Sterling doesn't think that Cole Palmer's the pen
He-
taker.
he had the ball.
'Cause He
yeah, I
grabbed
know.
the ball.
That's like if I give you my old DSi that I don't use anymore, you fucking play with it and sick now, and I'm like, oh, I want it back.
It's nothing like
Not
that.
like
it
that
is.
at all.
No, it's
It
there,
is
there
like
could have
that.
been so many motives for him letting him take the pen. Oh, he wanted him to get his first goal for Chelsea.
Confidence.
Wanted to boost the confidence. But now it's a big
I'm the
game.
fu-
I'm
I'm
a
the
big
guy.
baller. Give me the fucking ball so
You
I can
acting like
score.
he missed.
I'm saying regardless.
It's not regardless,
It shows the
though. It's the
mentality
premise.
and
Yeah.
the
But don't
the
if,
thing in the
if you're
team.
Sterling, if you're that guy, take the fucking first one. Don't give him the first one and take
Why?
this one.
It's not
What do
that.
you mean,
It's not
why?
the same.
You think
We
Arsenal
weren't
any,
winning
you
that
think
game.
any
Habits,
pen that
habits.
you think any pen that
Exactly.
Arsenal get
You think
Havertz
Arsenal
automatically
need to
just
score
picks
a
up the
goal
ball?
against just in the game against Sheffield? It's 0-0. We need to take the pen, and you think they're going, "Oh, have it here, have it again."
Havertz,
No fucking
no.
way. Saka, Odegaard is taking the
The
pen.
penalty takers are taking the pen. The big boys are taking the pen. You
First of
got
all-
one. You got one big boy in your whole
First of all-
squad. That's
first
it.
of all-
And he's the guy.
The striker should have the first leeway to pen, correct?
No, I think the
No.
best.
Well, like
It's just the
I think the
best
guy
player.
should
best
have-
pen
traditionally,
taker.
traditionally,
Yeah, your striker.
Traditionally should be a striker.
Your striker could need a barn door, so who knows?
That's not what I'm saying. But striker's traditional, right? Then next is the captain. He decides who takes it. Enzo missed. We're at a point where we got the next pen was that one.
Enzo's your captain.
He was the one that missed the pen that time. He was the captain then.
No, I'm saying who was the captain in the game? It wasn't Enzo. It was Gallagher.
The one where Enzo missed.
No, I'm saying
now
now.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, Gallagher.
Yeah.
And Gallagher was the one that gave it to
because they're
Cole
probably
Palmer.
same
It
age
was
and
Enzo.
friends.
Huh?
It was Enzo who gave it to Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
He was saying Sterling no.
Yeah.
Enzo
was
Yeah,
the
sorry,
one.
yeah. I'm mixing
Yeah,
both games up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, if you're that guy, no one has a problem with you taking the pen. Take it. But
That's
then
not what we're saying.
don't double back.
We're
on it
saying
and
look
be
at the
like-
state.
We can double
We're
back
saying
on
look
it.
at the state of
You
the
can.
club.
We're saying it's an issue that he
saying
took the
look at
first
the
one.
state.
You can if
And
he
we're saying
missed.
look at the
But I don't
state.
know. I don't even know why we're even talking about this because he scored it.
Because
And
you
it's
lost
2 for
talking
2.
at-
because we're
Because
saying
you lost to
that
Brentford
is
and you had
going-
no guy with.
Yeah,
you didn't
that's
have a
going
guy
to
with
say-
these. You
yeah.
don't have no big guy who's going to grab you, scruff of the neck,
when
and take you and
so
win
when
the
a guy
game.
tries to do that,
He scored a pen.
When-
yes,
no,
that's not taking
when-
him by the
when-
scruff of the neck.
when he tries to be that guy, you're like, oh, he can't be that because he shouldn't be him.
The issue is
but
not-
then
it's
when he
not-
doesn't, when you're saying he
we're
shouldn't
not
do
saying
it.
the issue is him trying to be that guy. We're saying the issue is he's the only guy
He's got
being
too much
that
power.
guy.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Shouldn't have that much power.
Why is that a problem?
Yeah.
Why is that a problem that
But-
he's trying to be that
The
guy?
state of your club is pathetic. That Cole
Yeah.
Palmer
It's not
with one
pathetic.
It is.
game
No, it
under-
is pathetic.
It's pathetic.
It is
It's
The whole
extremely
starting 11
pathetic.
was young. You saw
It's
that.
extreme. That's why we're
No.
saying it's pathetic.
So why can't any one of them just be like the one that I want to take it? The more confident one is going to take it.
I'm not
we're,
saying
saying, we're not saying
He's saying
he's pathetic
dropping
for
in,
doing
grabbing
that.
the ball. We haven't had a player that does that.
I don't think you
So why
understand
can't he
this
do
or not.
this shit?
My point was the fact that in this game against Brentford, so there's no penalty. In this game, he goes around the pitch as if he has all the freedom in the
License.
world, all the
Complete
license.
license. I get that.
He was dropping in at centre
And
back
I
to get
know.
the fucking ball. He's playing number
That
10.
was one instance that we saw.
Regardless,
It's the whole game, though.
It
That's
goes
how
to
it's
Look
played.
at that
show.
situation,
It
though.
goes to show
the problem.
that there's
not
no
a problem.
there's no
You think-
discipline in the
It's
Chelsea
not a
side.
problem.
You think at City
That's a
he's
huge
doing
That's
that?
not a problem.
It is a problem.
We don't have a discipline problem for that to be a problem.
You do.
No, we don't.
It's a leadership
It
thing.
is a discipline problem.
Because that instant where he was near that side, lost the ball, then got it from right back because he was the one that lost it, then played it to the centre back.
That's not what happened.
And then he kept
That's
going
not
with
what
it.
happened.
We'll get it up after.
Yeah, he
We'll get it
dropped
up.
in
No,
to
no, we'll
receive
get it
the
up.
ball
And-
from the centre back.
And he lost it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's still
And he
dropping
lost
into
it.
the
I'm
centre
saying-
back.
Yeah, but he still had to get it, come back, and then he went back.
He was
up.
playing
Why
10
is that
and
a
dropped
problem?
into right centre back to get the ball.
I think you guys is
He's taking
you're
every set
outlining
piece.
problems that aren't problems.
It's a problem.
It's
Clearly,
not a problem.
Clearly.
Discipline,
Personnel is an
disciplinary
We're not
issue.
saying discipline as in your team gives away red cards.
No,
We're
discipline
saying
as in he
discipline
can't
as
come
in a
in-
player can
can't
just
come in to
walk
grab
around
the
the
ball
pitch
and
and
stuff like that.
do whatever he
Discipline.
wants.
What do you mean?
System
He has no
discipline.
position.
That's how players like that are born. When they just do shit like that.
How many players do that, and what level are they that do that? That's the
When
question I'm
Hazard
asking.
was first at Chelsea, he was
there we
doing
go.
shit.
There we go.
No, when he
Next
was
one.
first at Chelsea, when he was at Lille, did you expect Hazard
Hazard
to be
came
what he
from
was?
Lille where he won Player of the Year and gave them the French league title.
He's still
This
doing
guy,
this shit.
this
He
guy
was still-
came in with 3 games.
You're not understanding. When
3
Hazard came, how
games.
old was he?
It does. It's
Doesn't
not,
age
it's got
doesn't
nothing to do
matter.
with age.
Age doesn't matter.
Oh, but you're just saying he's too young.
No, I'm
No,
not.
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
he's
he's
no
played
experience.
3 games in the
Zero
Prem.
experience.
3
Did I
games.
not say he was too young?
No, I said
Zero
How can
experience.
you let a player who's played 3 games
Dictate your club.
Dictate your
He's
club?
not dictating
play.
the club.
Yes, he
He's
is.
taking
No, he's
every
not.
set piece. He's
Yes,
dropping
he
in where
is.
he
He's
wants.
not. You're just seeing this once.
He's kicking
once,
veterans.
and now it's like boom.
He's kicking a Premier
he's
League
kicking a
legend
veteran
off
out
the
of
Yeah,
the
bench.
but you lost the game. That's why it's valid.
Yeah, it's a pattern of behavior
It's
that
valid.
we've seen. Even when
It's
it's
crazy.
worked out well, we've still seen that it's a bit weird. Then when it's not working out, we're going
So
to
if I
highlight the
find a
same
video
issue.
of Jesus taking a pen at City and off Sterling, what are you going to say?
What are you
gonna
in
say?
Jesus' first game?
What are you
in
going
his
to say?
first
No,
month-
I'll just find another
In his
video
first
of that.
in his first
What
month,
are you
the
gonna
City
say?
find it, and I'll say my bad.
And then okay,
In his first
Alright,
month,
I'll
find
do
it.
my homework.
Okay,
Watch.
in his first
Watch.
month, yeah,
Watch.
find it.
Watch.
Cole Palmer's been good, but I think it
think
could
he's a
be
good
at a
player.
detriment to how you guys want to play because of how he's playing. He
He's-
can still
he's
play
not
well,
playing bad.
but is it good for
No,
the
he's
team?
good, but
I'm
it's
not-
pathetic
I'm
the
not-
fact
I
that
think
he
we're-
is.
We're shining the light on the problem that's not the main problem. For no
he's
reason.
forcing himself to be the guy at Chelsea.
He's not
The problem
he's
isn't
not a
him.
problem.
He's not the problem.
Nah,
the problem
he's
is the
not.
fact that you have nobody else around being the guy. That's the problem.
Yeah, but-
you have a
But I'm-
pitch full of
but I'm sure,
19, 20-year-olds.
I'm sure when people like Sterling
With no
want to
experience.
hold the game and be like, that's the guy, he will be highlighted more because his ability is higher. So it's not a matter of Cole Palmer trying to be that guy. It's why aren't these other guys stepping up when they need it?
Which
So
is
you should-
half of our
Yeah.
point.
That's
I
what
know,
we're saying.
Tom's saying
but
you
you're
spend $1 billion
You're
to
highlighting
have
Cole
no
Palmer
players.
being like, oh, he did this, he took the penalty off this. But
I
that's
just-
not the problem.
I just want you to
Shine the light
highlight-
this way.
I
On
just-
the other
I
players
just
that aren't
want-
being the guy.
I just
They're
want you to
they're
highlight.
both joined.
Yeah, I
they're
just want
both
you to highlight
joined.
under this.
No, I'm saying
under this
like
new
we're
owner.
still talking about the Cole Palmer.
Under this
thing.
new owner, you spent $1 billion, right? And Cole Palmer right now, City have just sold you Cole Palmer, who started 3 games in the Premier League. If you can't see the distance that you and City are still at right now after spending £1 billion, the distance that Cole Palmer would not even get near City's starting team
Also,
ever,
just
is now
while they sell him as well.
That's a super
asterisk,
team.
they just sold Mahrez.
They just sold Mahrez. They
his
sold
exact
Sterling
position.
a year ago. He comes in straight into Chelsea and is the guy. Him at City could not even fucking lace De Bruyne's boots.
At a super team, yeah.
What do
But
you mean?
I'm
That's
telling
a
you,
super
that's
team.
what
You
you
were gonna win the
aspire to
league.
be.
At a super
That's
team.
what you
you were gonna
aspire
win the
to be.
league.
I said we're gonna win the. What did Poch say?
Exactly.
What
You
did Poch
said
say?
it.
Am I the
You
coach?
said it.
I'm not the coach.
You said it.
Go ask Poch what he
You
wants to do,
said it.
and then base
You said
everything you're
You
talking about
can't
off
say add a
that.
super team and then say you were going to win the league.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
You were
you're
going to
talking
beat
to me.
out. You were going to
Talking
beat
to me
out
is obviously
City.
different. Obviously, my aspirations I fucking win the league, of course. I'm not gonna sit here and say I want fourth. I want to fucking win the league.
What do
should
mean?
sit
You
here
want-
and say
you
you
said
want
you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to win the league.
Yeah, you
Ask
didn't say
Poch what he
that.
wants to
You
do.
didn't say
and base
that.
every argument from that off him, not me.
Okay.
So, do you want fourth now?
I want to win the league.
You don't still obviously
I
want.
wanna
It's not
win
even
the
a
league.
real
he
thing.
wants to.
Oh,
Are you
I
going
do.
to? Are you going to? That was the question.
And you said Chelsea going to win the
Yeah.
league.
To the end of the game, I'm
Stutter.
not going to
There we
tell you.
go.
Until it's mathematically impossible,
Alright.
I'm not going to say shit.
Let's go just quickly. Tottenham stay top. We got a comment from our guy Carl Burris. Kyle, big Tottenham fan.
Carl Burrs.
He said his takes from the game. This is perfect because now we don't have a Tottenham fan here.
Oh, great.
So we have
We've got
Tottenham
Carl.
fans' takes from the game.
Feelings.
Okay,
Wow.
Brennan Johnson is going to be special. Every time he comes on, creates chances, might end up taking Richarlison's spot out on the wing. That's what he said.
Probably.
Easy to take.
He said Richarlison, in saying that, gets too much hate for someone of his ability. His finishing is out of form, but he does a ton of Spurs, in creating chancing and pressing off the ball.
I get the message,
get
but
it.
last performance was awful. There was a good,
Palace game.
there was a good 30-minute period where he looked like one of the worst players I've ever seen.
But he's playing out of
Especially in that
position.
first half.
Oh my god, he just kept turning
Yeah.
over the ball.
But he's
In that
playing out of
first half.
position.
There's an issue if you're highlighting something that has nothing to do with attacking when he's a 9.
Yeah.
He's a 9 that's playing wing, though.
He's playing wing for a reason because he can't.
What do you mean
score.
it doesn't matter?
He can't score. That's why he's on the wing.
Yeah, I know. But
And if a Tottenham fan is highlighting his off-the-ball presence,
Yeah, then you know there's a bit of a...
yeah, but his off the ball
Disconnect.
presence is at wing, not at 9.
Sounds like Timo Werner.
Anyway, and he also said when Bentancur gets back into form, Madison, Bentancur, and Basuma is a top 3 midfield in the Prem.
probably.
I hear that.
You guys agree?
Madison
Yeah.
and Basuma are probably
I'm
top
liking
3 in their
Saar.
position.
Probably.
So
City, Chelsea. City, Arsenal.
I was going to say, you better watch your
that's
freaking mouth. Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah, then
midfield.
Chelsea.
It's good balance.
Sorry, mate.
Then
I don't
yours-
agree.
Very
I
soft
don't
balls
agree.
lie.
Then yours back.
but I don't
to-
have to.
When we get
Yeah.
the six that plays.
If you guys
What's
get a
wrong with
six,
Endo?
Also, we got a comment from Cammy B.
Hey,
another
we're not going to
Tottenham
talk about
fan.
this.
Yeah, we can go into it. Cammy B, another Tottenham fan. What will Tottenham's record be through their next 6 games?
Cammy B.
Cammy B, you know.
You know him?
Yeah.
He's a big fan, man.
big,
Yeah.
big
He
fan
watches
of the
our shit.
channel.
He's a Norwich fan as well.
Yeah, he's got a football and NFL
Pookie.
podcast as well.
Pookie.
Yep.
Shout out to that.
Yep. So
Pookie.
Tottenham go Chelsea. They have Chelsea coming to Tottenham Stadium. Wolves away. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Tottenham fixtures.
What did he say? Sorry.
What's Tottenham's
next-
record going to be in their next
next run.
6? It's, Chelsea, Wolves, Villa, City, West Ham, Newcastle.
And right now they sit 8 wins,
I
2
think they'll
draws.
get 4 points.
That's right. Tottenham will get
I hope
4
so.
points.
Oh, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I was thinking.
Chelsea. Yeah.
Oh, that's so. that
Chelsea,
was right.
Wolves, Villa, City, West Ham, Newcastle.
They beat Chelsea.
They beat
Draw.
Chelsea.
Nah, it's a draw.
They beat West Ham.
They beat West
I think
Ham.
they draw to Newcastle.
I think they could draw to Wolves.
Wolves is away, Villa's at home,
Wolves are like a weirdly like.
Oh, good, man.
and City's away.
What's the next 3?
I think they lose to Villa.
Chelsea.
Wolves,
Okay.
Villa.
Possibly.
At home.
I think it.
2
'cause they
draws, 1 win
concede.
in those 3. Watch.
I think they might just concede and then
Chelsea,
the
Villa
game
draw?
might get away from them.
They'll win. They'll beat Wolves.
But to be fair, Tottenham's nice.
I
From
can't see
possible
they could get
18
results.
points, how many are they getting? Quick fire.
18. I'm going to say 15.
Oh my God.
I think they'll
5
get,
wins.
5
You think,
wins,
out of
1
6?
loss. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they'll get 10.
Yeah, I was going to say 9.
12.
12.
I think they're gonna lose 2.
I'm gonna say 12.
Yeah.
I think they'll get a couple. Like they'll get draws.
I might say 11 then. 2 draws, 3 wins, 1 loss. That's
Yeah.
11. They'll lose to City, I
I think
think.
they'll lose. To City.
I think they'll drop points against Villa.
Yeah, I see them dropping a lot
And
of
Chelsea.
points
Yeah.
and only losing to City.
I
Really,
think they'll slap up Chelsea.
It's
Let's
gonna be
go
a 2-2 draw. Watch.
Let's go
hope
just
so.
quickly. We're not going to talk about the Arsenal game, but Nketiah hat trick.
And get yours
In the absence of Jesus again, Nketiah hat trick.
I saw a video saying Arsenal have found their number 9 and it's not Jesus. I've actually been seeing it. I've
That's
been
right,
seeing
we've
like
got options.
No,
That's
I've been
the thing.
seeing like it's a real thing that
You guys
That's your
can laugh
main
at it.
option now.
I'm
You guys
not
can
laughing
laugh
at it.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
laughing
Well,
at
a
it.
couple are.
I'm laughing at. He said we've got a striker. We've got the striker, and he's
Yeah,
not saying
because a lot of people
the
have
one
been
you
questioning
did.
whether or not Jesus is the guy to lead the line for Arsenal because
As a
he doesn't
finisher.
score.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've got a guy who, when he plays, he does score, and I feel as though his goal to game ratio has been really good recently, and he plays like a traditional number 9. His movement's good. His finishing on the weekend was good.
So good.
Yeah,
good, yeah,
that-
that goal.
that's what I was most
Excellent
impressed about him.
finish.
About the first goal, his first touch was
Ready?
so
Chelsea
good.
fans going to say something.
Yeah, what?
Ye-
You know, as soon as Jesus comes back, is gonna start the first game.
Yeah, I think he.
light
I
skin.
think
As
he
he
will.
should.
It's because he's light.
I think he will.
As he should.
It's because he's light skinned.
No, I don't-
Better with Jesus.
I'm not sold.
I think Arsenal.
Unless Jesus was to come back next week, which
That's
he's
what I mean.
not.
Exactly.
I
he
think
wouldn't-
Arsenal were better in terms of overall play with Jesus, but I feel as though I don't know if this is true, but they could potentially be more like in games where you're not going to dominate the game completely, or it's going to be a tighter game.
There's none of those games.
And well, it
You
is.
need a pure nine.
City was like that. The City game was like that.
Why would it be better to not have Jesus against City?
I didn't say it
missed.
would be better, but I'm saying the games where you
think
get
when
one
Jesus
chance
missed?
or you get two chances, I feel as though Nketiah is like,
Look, I'm not
Hold
sold
up.
on Nketiah. I
I'm
like
not
him.
at all.
I like him, but I also think you lose a hell of a lot of ability.
yeah, I agree.
That yes, Jesus misses goals, but he gets himself into situations and Nketiah doesn't. And
But-
Nketiah is still very raw.
I
Like,
feel
you have a good
as though-
game,
nah.
and then next game you're like, "What's wrong
I
with
feel
this
as
guy?"
though Nketiah is more so available in the box when it's time to score. I
There
feel as
we
though,
go.
I feel as though
What
Jesus.
does that mean?
He's more instinctual.
What do you
is
mean?
that
I
weird?
just
There we
feel
go,
as though
mate.
Jesus.
Because I'm agreeing with him.
But
I
what's
just feel
the
as though
point?
Jesus
What's the
is
point that
involved
he's
so
making?
much in the build up that there's times where
I'm
he's
saying
either too tired
what
to be
he's
in the
saying
box
is right.
or he doesn't. He's too
what does
far
that
away
mean?
to be in the box.
I agree.
But what does that mean?
Listen to him.
What is that? Why
And-
is that
but
better?
if Salah and if
Why is that better?
Saka and Martinelli are scoring, then you don't need him to be just the same way as Firmino was with Mane and Salah when they were scoring a lot. But if Saka and Martinelli aren't scoring a lot, then I feel as though it's important to have a number 9 who can consistently score.
Question.
Yeah,
Samuel and Tom, I've got a question for you two. Do you feel like Nketiah is more of a pure 9 compared to Jesus?
Traditionally,
Yeah.
There we go.
Do I think he's better
does
than
that mean?
Jesus
What does
at
there
almost
we
anything?
go?
Not really. No.
What is there we
Yeah,
go?
yeah,
mean?
I'm just saying. I
What's
just
the
got my
point
answer.
you're
If I'm
making?
picking
though?
one,
Doesn't
person,
matter. I got it in my head.
Yeah, I would definitely pick
I'm
Jesus.
picking Jesus.
Yeah, but is he working for them right now?
You know,
Jesus?
Yes.
this guy's
Exactly.
Yes,
like,
he is.
You
He
remember-
literally
remember-
is.
He's talking like
Big game.
Nketiah's starting
what
stats
game
are
was
like
it
he
when he
scores
scored
every
it?
game.
He
He
done a
doesn't.
He does it.
Was that
He
Tottenham?
doesn't.
He does it.
Before that game, I think he scored like
You
2
think
in like
Nketiah's
9
right?
starts, something like
They're
that.
making the argument as if we
saying. Don't say they.
we also think of that. Well, we're going to be maybe better off without that. No Arsenal fan thinks that Arsenal would be better without Jesus.
Oh, some Arsenal fans do.
No, they don't.
Because I've been
Some
seeing a lot
do,
of videos.
but it's like,
and,
Okay,
and-
yeah,
2%.
someone-
yeah. I've been
2%,
seeing
exactly.
a lot saying that they should start. Like, there's no need to look further. No Tony. No this. No that. Because they think that.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying
That's what I mean. That
Nketiah
guy's
is the
clearly
solution.
cool, cuz.
No, what you're saying.
I'm not
doesn't
saying
make sense.
Nketiah is the solution.
Yeah, you are.
I'm saying
What was this
a
whole
more of a
debate
pure
about
9 is a better solution than Jesus, is what
Why?
I'm trying
No,
to
it
say.
isn't.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why?
Well, look-
Because to me, when I watch Jesus, he's everywhere but in the box. If you have a 9, and there's certain games where
This guy
Tottenham,
thinks
for
Nketiah's
instance,
Ivan Toney.
yeah, I don't know.
Tottenham,
what
for instance,
yeah.
Tottenham, for instance, the big chance he missed, Jesus.
So he was
skied it.
in the position.
Skied it.
He was in the position
I think
and
a pure
missed the
9
chance.
scores that. I think a pure 9
You
scores that.
said a pure 9's better because he's in the box, but you're talking about a chance where Jesus was there and missed.
No, I think a pure 9 scores those
What's
chances.
it- what is a pure 9?
I'll show you.
Is Jackson a pure 9?
I didn't say Jackson.
I'm asking you.
No,
He
Is
was meant-
Hoyland a pure 9?
I haven't watched him much.
So who's a pure 9?
Tony,
Okay.
Kane.
The thing is,
Yeah.
like,
Kane is
Lewandowski.
never in the box. Kane half the time isn't
He's
in
still
the
a
box.
pure 9.
He's half the time he's not in the box.
I'm not
though.
saying just
so what's
because
a pure
you
9?
don't have to be just in the box to be a pure 9.
What's a pure 9?
Instinctual finishes, bang bang. Lewandowski,
So you're just talking about the best players in the world.
Lewandowski. You're
That's
just
a pure
saying name
9.
pure 9s. I'm just listing them for
You're
you.
just naming the best players in the
so
world.
you're
getting
comparing
angry?
Nketiah to
Hey,
Lewandowski.
Jesus, you can have him. Jesus,
Yeah.
best striker in the world.
Nobody thinks that.
Who said that?
Nobody thinks that. You just can't name pure 9s and you
That's
said
right. You
pure
guys are
9s
getting
is
cut
a
because
thing.
I'm talking about Jesus.
That's right.
And
You
he
can
named
have
the
it.
best
And he
9.
couldn't
You can
name a
have
9.
it. You
Of the
guys
last
can have
20
him.
years.
Best centre
Name
forward.
3 pure 9s.
Light skin. He's so
I just want to
good.
hear your
Oh, my
ball
days.
knowledge. 3 pure 9s.
He's better than Richarlison.
Bud
There
doesn't
you
know
go,
ball
there you
already.
go.
3 pure 9s that aren't
There
the
you
best
go.
players in the world.
Crazy, man.
Go back and rewind.
Just
watch
give
it.
me. You haven't said any. Still
Rewind it.
nothing.
Just rewind it.
Still nothing?
I listed them.
Still nothing.
That's right. You guys can have your
Kane,
You can have your
Lewandowski.
Jesus.
He named 2. You didn't
Jesus
even name
is
3.
so good.
Do you want him to be like Ruud van Nistelrooy? Is that what you're saying?
Who?
Like you want like that vibe in Nketiah? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you want him
No,
to
I'm
be
not
like?
saying Nketiah. I'm just saying a pure 9 would be better for you guys.
Who's it? Name of 3 pure
So
9s.
who should we
Just
get?
go back and watch it.
So do you think
you didn't
Arsenal
name
can't
three.
win without a pure 9? Is that what you're saying?
It's been proven last season, so
No, but I guess City won with no 9 for a couple of years.
yeah. But that's different. 2 different teams.
They're quite similar.
2 different teams still.
But I don't get what you're saying. Can they not win?
Who
I
knows?
don't-
He doesn't
I
know
think
what he's saying.
Arsenal in general, for me, would
In
be better
general.
off with a pure 9. I think so.
At what aspect is it? Does a pure 9? Because obviously the
doesn't
best
matter.
the best 9s in the
can
world
get-
that
you
you're
can-
naming can link up and they can do
You can-
everything.
They
But
can
do
get
you
away
want-
with these games, no
do
problem.
you want a pure
They look good
9?
against these teams, definitely.
What do you mean
But I mean
these
the big
teams?
games where you.
So when
them
we beat
games where
City,
you're winning,
so when we beat City,
the games where you need to win,
Yeah.
and Jesus misses 1 or 2, and then they're like, oh.
so in that same game,
I'm gonna be
Nketiah
like-
misses a chance.
It's alright.
What do we switch
I'm not
it?
saying Nketiah
I'm
is the
asking you.
solution.
You said he's a pure 9,
He is a pure 9.
so we'd be better with him. Is what you're saying?
No. Because he's not the best pure 9.
There we go.
He's not the best pure
So
9.
we just need to sign the best striker in the world to
No,
be good.
I just said Tony. Sign Tony.
Okay,
Tony's a pure 9, and if you go to Arsenal, you win in the league. Mark my words.
crazy.
Tony.
So we need to play like Brentford, is what you're saying.
No, just sign Tony.
Hey, but is that Arsenal's biggest problem right now? A striker?
Arsenal's biggest problem.
Yeah.
He's about to bait him.
I think you sign Tony, you win the league.
Just say, is it? So
Right
our biggest
now.
problem is a striker.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
we've,
true, bro.
we've scored the most goals in the league.
I'm not just saying that. I'm just saying your biggest
But
problem
why?
is a striker.
What do you mean?
Because I see your defense.
To score more goals than
I
we're
see your
scoring.
defense is good.
Yeah,
Midfield good.
yeah.
You haven't been watching the games then. We've
Your
been
attacks-
struggling to
your
build
attack-
up.
Your
Yeah.
wings are good.
I think you need another 8.
Also,
wings are good.
just quietly,
But I'm
last
just
year,
saying.
last
I'm just
year,
saying.
watching the game,
last year with
I'm
Jesus
just
and
saying.
Nketiah, we scored 5 goals less than City, and they had Haaland who scored 36.
Yeah.
So what do you want?
pure 9.
What do you want us to do?
Pure 9.
Score 5 more goals. That's it.
And that's
We win
also
the
with
league.
Jesus out for ages.
When he came back, what did he do?
Scored.
Exactly.
He scored double digits.
What did he do?
But I'm
Scored
just telling you.
What did he do? Nothing.
Double
I'm telling
digit
you-
goals.
I don't know why you
Jesus
guys are
didn't
getting
play
hurt about this.
for a lot of
I'm
the
just saying,
season.
sign a
That's what
pure
I'm
9,
just
you win the
telling you.
league.
That's what I'm
Double
saying.
You know, I
digit
saw
goals.
Chelsea
If you want the
fan,
formula, here
You
it
said
is.
Nketiah is a pure 9.
That's what
He is,
Chelsea
but
Hey,
he's
fan-
not.
Tom.
So
He's
what?
like,
Check if he's
he's
got a
like this
fever.
category
Yeah.
pure
He's
9.
check if he's got a
You want
fever.
2 and 3.
He said Nketiah is a pure 9. No, he said that.
I did.
Now sign a pure 9 and we win the league.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got one.
I'm saying there's categories of pure 9s.
No, it's just the best players in
There's
the world.
strikers, there's
It's just
category of-
sign the best player in the world.
There's-
That's what you're
there's
saying.
categories of strikers, you know that, right? Not just because you're just a striker means you're a striker.
What? It's not just
There's
a striker.
categories.
It's pure 9.
And Nketiah
Yeah.
here, Tuni here. That's
Okay.
why I'm saying you want it here. You want this guy to win the league.
So who else is with Ivan Toney in that category? Just wondering.
Long day. Like I
You don't know ball, huh?
need to research, do my
Football.
thing, stats, everything.
You know,
but I'm just know free guy wants to move Tuni.
I saw Chelsea fans. Actually, this is pretty funny. They were literally confused as to they were like questioning, is Nicholas Jackson Premier League level?
Yeah, I saw that. There's some people saying he's
They said-
championship level.
They said is Nicholas Jackson better than Jamie Vardy right now? They said no.
Right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said no.
That's
they
a
said
bio,
is he?
man.
They said is he even Premier League level? They were saying he's championship level. Chelsea
Oh,
fans.
so this is where your frustrations are coming from.
Yeah, he's
you want
pretty
Arsenal to sign
said-
a pure 9 because
they said-
you didn't sign a pure 9.
They said is Kelechi
So you're saying-
Iheanacho
so
not
you're
better
saying-
than
That's not the
Nicholas
problem. I'm
Jackson?
saying you
It
guys
is.
want the formula
It
to
is.
win. Here it is.
Listen, you signed Nkunku and you're happy with Nkunku, no?
Well, I'm yet to see.
But are you happy with Nkunku as a signing?
Just said he's super.
As a signing, yeah.
He's not a pure 9.
He's not. I'm not. You said as a signing.
Yeah.
I
Is he
said
a pure
yes.
9? Is he a pure 9?
No.
Exactly. So when he starts at 9, are you going to be happy?
If he scores, of course I'm going to be
What
happy.
do you mean if he scores?
If he
I'm
scores,
just
of
saying
course
the
I'm gonna
player.
be
Are you
happy.
going to be happy?
We're talking
That's
about.
all I'm saying.
We're doing a lot of futuristic stuff.
We're not. I'm
yes,
saying
we are.
if
You
he,
said-
we
you
don't
said
know what's
teams-
gonna happen.
You said teams need pure 9s.
Yeah.
That's what you just said.
I said you guys need a pure 9.
No.
I said Arsenal in
well, every team,
Every
apparently,
team needs it.
If Arsenal needs
Everybody
one,
needs the
every team
best-
needs a
the
pure
best.
9.
Different.
No,
City
You
didn't
guys
need a
don't need
pure
nine?
9.
they do. They did need a pure 9. That's
They
why they
didn't.
signed Haaland.
They just won the league before though.
Yeah, but that's why they signed Haaland because
Yeah,
they
they won
needed
a
a pure
treble.
9.
Yeah. But they
What do
won
you mean,
without
yeah?
a pure 9. But you're saying
Don't say
every team
yeah.
needs a pure 9.
Yeah, they do.
No,
You
they don't.
must. They
There's certain
must.
teams that do.
They must.
because
Certain teams need.
that's why we got Darwin because we had Firmino and Book successful. So maybe
Yeah.
every team needs a pure.
Let's go. I need to do a my bad quickly. Bellingham
Jesus
scores
Christ.
2. El
The long-
Clasico.
Yeah.
The longer it goes on, cuz
If you just play shit and you do that,
Yeah,
whatever.
because he just quietly. It was a Bellingham horror show. Me and Bud can go back on the same team now.
Nah, he was good in the second half.
Yeah, it
he
was.
was a lot better in the
He
second
was a lot
half.
better in the
First
second half.
half,
Yeah.
oh my god, he was pocketed.
Yeah.
But in the second half, I mean, that's the thing. If you keep scoring, it gets to a point where if you keep scoring, you can just keep doing it. And you can play shit. You can do whatever you want because
Yeah.
consistently you're winning the team. And his aren't in 3-0 wins, 4-0 wins. He's scoring in 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, like
The guy.
important goals in important games in all the biggest games. He's got 13 goals,
14.
14 goals, and 5 assists so far in 13
He was
games.
the winner in over half their games.
He's got his lowest performance rating has been a 7.2 this season.
And what do you guys say about the Bellingham is the best player in the world?
No. It's the same.
So is Bellingham overrated? Maybe I've received my
Haaland,
bad.
Haaland wasn't, to me, not the best player in the world last year. So I'm not going to sit here and say because Bellingham's scoring, he's the best player in the world. He is,
But he's
obviously-
scoring when it's not even.
He's
his
one
job.
of.
Yeah, he's extremely good, but it's
Yeah.
his job right now because at the moment
It's not his job.
No, because at the moment
They got no.
if he's not
If I'm
doing
the fucking waiter and I'm going to cook the food as well, as
yeah, but
doing
you're
the
not
waiting,
waiting.
It's not my
yeah,
job.
but he's not waiting.
He is.
He's not really waiting though.
But they're making the space for it.
He's basically
Yeah.
playing 9.
Yeah.
As 2-9.
Yeah.
When Hosselu doesn't play, which is most of the time these days, he plays 9. He plays like they say it's a top of a diamond, but realistically, Vinicius is out one side and Rodrigo's out the other. That's what it is. He's playing as false 9 as possible.
It's not as false.
Not
as
in the
possible.
not against
It's
Barca,
not.
but recently he's been playing as false 9 as possible for a midfielder to do.
If they win the Euros, he'll get Ballon d'Or.
Even if they don't win, I reckon if Madrid win the league this year and he continues this way, he can so easily. Yeah, it's calendar year.
So better perform.
He's not getting Ballon d'Or.
If they win,
I
if
don't
they
think
win
it's
the
far
Euros,
fetched.
he'll
You
win.
know, I saw a stat.
Not this Ballon d'Or. They
Yeah,
win.
no,
I mean,
no,
the
It's
next
calendar
one.
year. Yeah,
like
it's
the
calendar
next
year.
one. The next
It's for the next one.
Yeah.
He's not
He's
getting.
14 goals in 13 games and he plays midfield. Of course he could.
It's like one of those things. Society should not let this happen.
Did you know
It'll happen, bro. I'm
Did you
telling
know-
Society
in-
not gonna win it.
in the whole time in Zidane's career,
Yeah.
this
is his highest tally.
This is
in the
his
league.
highest tally ever in a season for goals.
Yeah, when football's good.
Yeah, when football was good. Now, I'm not saying that because I think that's amazing.
So
and
you saying Bellingham's better
Bellingham
than
better than
that?
Zidane.
no,
only.
but I'm just giving perspective as to why I think he'll get votes for Ballon
Well,
d'Or.
Zidane never played high false 9, so
But
maybe that's why.
Zidane played relatively high at times.
Do you reckon KDB should have won the Ballon d'Or?
I just think that other people performed extremely well. I think if KDB was having one of his best years this year, like this calendar year, I think he would be in contention.
Does Harry Kane win the Ballon d'Or?
Harry Kane's in contention as well.
He won't win it.
He has more of a thing than Bellingham, definitely.
Why?
Next
I think he's in
calendar year.
contention.
But if he wins Champions League,
The guy he's a
champs.
freakishly good
Wait,
goal scorer.
it's not calendar year.
It's calendar year now.
It's calendar year now.
Like after this one.
No, it's including this one.
Well, then how could Haaland have won the Ballon d'Or?
The treble.
But that wasn't in the calendar year.
Not like the seasonal. Sorry, it's like seasonal.
Yeah, so not
is it
calendar
calendar
year.
year?
No, it's seasonal. It's seasonal.
Because you guys
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
making sense.
Sorry, it's
Yeah.
seasonal.
Calendar year means Haaland or
It's
Messi wasn't in
since-
the same
yeah.
year where they won the trophy.
It's since
So only
two.
one of them really
yeah,
should have.
November. One was
Didn't
November.
they change it from January to December?
No, they
That's why
changed.
it hasn't been done yet.
No, they changed it from. It used to be calendar year to now it's seasonal.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What?
That's why
There's no
Benzema
way.
won the year he won. That's
Yeah.
when it was. That's the first one. It was seasonal.
That makes sense.
Yeah, seasonal. Yeah. okay,
now
fair
it's
enough.
seasonal, so that's why Bellingham
I thought it was
can win.
That's what
Well-
I mean. If he wins the Euros, it's raps.
Yeah, true.
And he keeps this up.
But then Kane's in that team too.
He is that guy though, but for them.
Yeah.
Right
He-
now-
them two
Okay,
have-
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even see Bellingham going,
this one.
grabbing the ball, taking the pen.
Yeah, he's not.
And look at the guy. Look at how he's playing.
Yep.
He's doing everything. I don't see him go take every corner, every free kick,
this
every
one.
pen
That's when
at
you know
Madrid, and he's
there's
doing
certain
whatever he
players
wants.
that got this one.
And he's the same age as Cole Palmer. But Cole Palmer is at Chelsea, one of the biggest clubs in the world.
When the team needs you, you know Declan Rice did the exact same thing this year. When the team needs you, score that big goal.
And this isn't
you don't
a
have
Cole
to be a
Palmer
goal scorer. You don't have to be. You can make the big tackles.
comparison, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that the
This is the
mentalities
level.
of the clubs are
We should
different.
change this show name to hate on everybody hate Cole Palmer.
It's not about Cole Palmer.
I think
it's
he's
more
great.
about
I think he's
Chelsea.
I think he's very good
Bringing it back
actually.
to Cole Palmer.
I think it's been good, man.
It's an
Yeah.
example.
This is just
Well, you
shows
bringing
you
it
the
back.
level of the
Somehow
players
we went
who.
from Jude back to Cole Palmer now.
because they're the same age, both
Oh, why?
playing for
Same
What do
England.
you
We already
mean?
discussed
What do you mean?
Cole
Why? Because they're
We
born in the
believed
same
it.
year.
Believed it.
My favorite player in the world, Szoboszlai, doesn't even go grab the ball for everything. He let Salah take a free kick. Salah, I've never seen Salah score a free kick ever.
Samuel said Szoboszlai is going to end the season as the top 3 midfielder in the Prem.
I completely agree to it, and I
You
will
think
stand
Salah?
by
You
that
think
for the
you think
rest till I
Szoboszlai
die.
let
three.
I'll
Salah
stand by
take-
it till I die.
He's not even top 3 midfielders at City, so he can't be top 3 midfielders in the Prem.
He will be.
He's better than KDB, Bernardo
No,
Silva, and
KDB's not
Rodri.
playing.
I'm saying you said he'll end the season
Yeah,
as
end
the
the
top 3
season. I don't know when
midfielder in the
KDB's
Prem.
coming back.
Okay, yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah.
I'll say top 5.
Yeah, I think he'll be top 3.
Yeah.
The guy's phenomenal, man. I haven't seen a player like that at Liverpool.
Madison, Rice, Odegaard, but top three, yeah.
Odegaard's
What are we
sticking up
thinking?
the show, man.
Yeah, well, so was
Horror
like,
show.
yeah. I'm just saying, we're naming the top three midfielders.
Yeah, I think Madison's been great this
Yeah.
season.
Rodri has
Rodri's
to be
been
there.
great.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva ran the show
Nah,
again.
and then you could slot.
What do you mean
Szoboszlai
no?
for me right
Why are
there
you
in
saying
three,
no?
into three?
Why are you saying
right
no
now.
when I say
he could
Bernardo
even be
Silva's
two?
good?
Actually, he could be two.
Rice?
actually.
Yeah, Rice.
not
No,
bad.
Rice is great, but he's not Szoboszlai.
He's not better. He's not better.
Rice is great, but
Rice
he's not
is,
Szoboszlai.
Rice is 10 times better than
This year?
Szoboszlai.
You
This
can
year.
piss off. He's not. He's not at all.
He's
This
better.
year?
He's not.
He's better.
This guy's our man of the match almost every game.
What do
Yeah,
you
because
mean?
you guys have no players.
Oh, we have no players. You think you can say we have no players? You haven't scored a
can
goal
join
in
us.
fucking
You
6
can
months.
join
man.
us.
I saw Tigo's tweet today, actually, on Twitter.
What did he say?
Obviously, on Twitter. And he said, this is just a little... All right, this is Kylian Mbappe's senior club career. by
Yeah,
numbers.
I've seen this stuff, man.
In 332 appearances, he scored 251 goals and 98 assists. That's 349 goals and assists in 332 games. Wow. Tigo said, honestly, these are Pele playing teacher numbers. So these are Pele playing gardeners numbers. If Samuel's favourite thing was Pele was playing against who?
Plumbers,
Plumbers,
farmers. Yeah. Guy's generational, obviously, but, when you're playing against your maths teacher from the 7th grade, it's not going to...
Right.
Yeah,
so
sure.
then Mbappe
Yeah.
doing this against pros.
Against complete pros, physical specimens.
Are we putting... Is what?
The guy's
What's the
phenomenal. I've
conversation?
been saying
You
that.
want me to say it?
What's the conversation?
I've been saying
You want me to
that.
say it? MJ, say it.
You say it, man.
You used to have the Brazil shirt. Say it.
You say it.
You say it.
You say it, man.
You say
I don't
it.
know what you're trying to say.
Hey, we'll mute MJ's mic.
Okay.
Go, say it. It's muted.
What do you want me to say?
Say it. You know what you have to say.
Bud, go
What
say
am I
it.
saying?
Say it.
I don't know. what
I'll start you off. Mbappe is. Let's do word trade.
What?
Let's go. You start. Mbappe. You go.
Mbappe.
Better.
Then
He wants you to say Mbappe's better than Pele.
You have to say the next thing.
Why do you say it?
Nah,
Bro, we
MJ
all
said
had our
Maradona
go.
was better than Messi, so
yeah.
it's hard. He's not going to say that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Yeah,
All right, we'll do.
I'm old school.
Nah, the guy's phenomenal, and I've been saying he's the best in the world. Where they say Haaland's better than him. Yes, Haaland scores, and yes, he's in a more
So to
successful
you,
team. But
no doubt Mbappe is the
to
best
me,
player in
there's
the
no
world.
doubt in the world that Mbappe is the best player in the world. When a team needs a goal to score, there's nobody I would bet more on than for him to pick up the ball and go score himself.
Slapped up Milan during the week as well.
The World Cup he showed against the best players in the world in a team that people thought were going to underachieve. He every time.
But I think you can just say it.
Yeah, but I'm just asking the question of: is he just lucky to
What,
be
French league tax.
French, born in the French league?
I mean, lucky.
I'm just throwing shit out there.
Do you use
bro. I'm
that
just
same
saying.
thing for Pele though?
I'm just saying, like Ronaldo, R7. If he goes France, they still probably
Pele
win the
didn't
World
play in
Cup.
Europe.
True.
I'm saying Ronaldo.
I just really don't get it. What you're saying?
I'm just saying, like,
I'm trying to say, is Mbappe just fortunate to be around this generation of French talent?
Was Messi fortunate to be
Just-
around Spain, the players
I'm just throwing,
at Barca?
I'm just throwing shit out there, bro.
I mean, you could say that.
I'm not
bro,
saying it. I'm just
but
saying.
I
Throwing
don't
shit.
get what you're saying it for. Are you trying to deny the fact that the guy is...
Well, he's just been in that league.
Another
so
quick
I don't
fire
know,
answer.
man.
How many Ballon d'Ors does Mbappe end his career with?
Us?
If he leaves PSG, I think he could get a
But you
couple.
won't.
But if he doesn't, it's looking sticky.
The
I'm
guy's
gonna say-
24. I think he'll get 3 by the end of his career.
Yeah.
Nah, he gets 2 for me.
Yeah, I'll say
3.
two
You have a
as well.
little Platini won 3, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, have a little Platini career. 3.
Oh,
I'm not convinced with him just yet.
let's
Why?
quickly go A-League.
Yeah. If what's that?
Mbappe
Hey, you're old. What's that
That's what I'm saying,
round in the
French.
Prem that everyone always talks about when it was like maybe like 68 or something when teams scored like 100 goals in that round? Do you remember? It was, the scores were like City won like City lost like 7-0
Charlton
or
won
yeah.
like 8-1.
Yeah, that round. That was the A-League this week.
That was like Christmas Day or Boxing
Yeah,
Yeah, Boxing
Boxing
Day.
Day. Yeah, that was the
Boxing Day.
A-League this week.
Yeah.
It's like that NBA, bro. Fucking hell. NBA Christmas lit. Celtic versus Lakers lit. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that as well. They don't do that anymore. Iran Kunda, Musa Toure, and Bernardo all on the score sheet as Adelaide slapped up City
6-0.
What is going on?
6-0.
What is going on?
That's the reigning champs.
What is going on? They lost as well the game before.
City did have lost almost their whole starting lineup. I think they had 4 players left in their team from the team that was in the final.
Yeah.
So they did lose in key areas. They lost all three midfielders, starting midfielders. They lost their both.
Keeper.
They lost their left back, their keeper. They lost their Tilio, obviously. So they've lost. They lost the other side winger as well. They've lost almost every single player from their starting lineup except for he was doing Halloween too early this year.
Yeah. But
Ghost boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They still got Naboot as well, don't they?
I don't know. I think
he's
no,
still-
he's
he's
still, he didn't
injured.
start though.
Yeah.
He was injured.
Aaron
He's
Kunda,
always
bud.
injured.
Aaron Kunda.
It's going to be Australia's biggest talent.
Yeah.
He's going to Bayern.
Probably he's already.
He is. I'm
Check his
telling
comments
you.
if you don't believe me. Go check his Instagram. People saying Besiktas, Bayern.
What is
If,
it?
if you say that, you know it's generational.
13 goals at 17 years old. Like 13 goals by the time you reach 17 is like insane.
Broke the speedometer.
Can hit a ball as well.
Yeah,
He's got
can
good
hit it.
shooting
Technique,
Free kick
technique
was-
at 100. His speed, he broke the record for
Yeah.
fastest in the Prem. He was like 37.0. I mean, in the A League,
There's
37.02.
literally smoke marks.
The
when he was
quickest,
running.
you know
It's
how quick.
crazy.
You remember what Adeyemi did to Enzo? You guys
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
That was like 36 point something.
He burned Enzo,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And this was 37. So just the guys. Also, Moussa Touré. I saw the
Touré scored his first
I
goal.
saw the most tap stat. It was like minutes it took to score a goal for Al Hassan Touré, Moussa Touré, and Mohamed Touré. Al Hassan Touré was like
60 or something.
65 minutes. He played and scored. He was the first. Then Mohamed Touré 11 minutes before he scored his first goal for Adelaide, and then Moussa Touré now 60 minutes before he scored his first goal.
Shit.
The three brothers, man.
Yeah.
Dadson.
Adelaide got the best. Adelaide got the best
Like
youth in
this.
Australia.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they must.
Like
They
this.
must.
The dad's like this right now.
Somewhere
Very
there.
good, my son. Hey.
He watched, yeah.
Bernardo
Stands up
9
watching
minutes
the
per
game.
goal.
Yeah. With his hands behind his
He
back.
does this.
Yeah. But he could just, the couch is free and he's just
Dad.
standing next to the TV watching.
Hey.
And also, Tom and I's team, we need to do some Melbourne Victory content because since we're the only Melbourne Victory fans. But Fornaroli 4. For me, I think if Fornaroli, every player in the A-League is playing their absolute best, Fornaroli is the best player in the A-League.
Jeez.
That's my hot take.
You know what? I agree.
He scored 4 against
I agree.
Newcastle.
He's 36 years old and he scored 4. That is, and the fourth was a Rabona.
Yeah.
So let's,
yeah.
Jeez.
Melbourne, it was 5-3 in the end, but the first half they were slapping up Jets. Did you see Lucas get burned? I don't know if you guys saw the goals for that.
Oh, no. I was going to say something else.
But he
Good.
got burned for one of the goals. Like I
Valupale.
thought Lucas was quick,
Look at
Varagas.
Oh, yeah.
and the
Valupale.
Valupale literally just burned him from halfway. Like,
Shit.
yeah. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
See what Suarez said about Fornaroli?
Yeah, I did see that.
No.
A-League posted it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he said Fornaroli when back in the day when they were both playing the same team. What team was it?
I don't remember.
I saw it.
Nacional.
Yeah, Nacional.
Suarez was saying, "Man, this guy coming up, I'm scared he's gonna take my spot."
Oh,
on the
really?
Team. Yeah.
Crazy.
They were saying he's like people in Uruguay love him.
Yeah, he's techie.
Yeah.
But that's crazy how drastic their careers can be.
Yeah. And now Fornaroli's Australian, lives in Australia, got called up to the national team.
Yeah.
36.
No, previously, like
Couple
2 years ago.
Yeah.
A bit late. If he was in at 28 and decided to become Australian then, I wish they could just do that. Just go in, and just 1 year, live there, become Australian, play for Australia.
That's crazy.
You can't do this, got to be there 4 years, 5 years, whatever
reckon
the
we should
case
all-
is.
Makes sense.
We should all go
Nah,
to like
piss
a
off.
country, like one country together,
And just play for them.
for the national team.
Let's
I
go
reckon
play
we
for
should go
North
to
Sudan.
one.
We could probably get to like the Olympics.
Are they
I reckon
colourists
we
in
need to
North
do like an
Sudan?
intercontinental
That's bad.
trip. We need to find someone to pay for it. But I want to go. We go Jamaica. We need to go somewhere in Africa.
Yeah, slap them up.
We need to go Europe. We need to go America. But then we need to go Colombia or Brazil.
And verse all
You
the
know what I'm saying?
We got to play
best
against.
11?
We got to go play street
No,
football.
we're not playing street ball.
We're doing
I'll
best
go on the other
11?
team if we play street ball in Brazil. You think
Are doing
I'm
best
doing
like
that?
just 11 aside.
They're going to be doing those those ones. The
The booty
back
ones.
one, yeah.
We're gonna
Back
go
hills.
play in Brazil.
11 aside.
We'll go to the World Cup. There's not a ball there. It's just a hacky sack. 10-0. First 5 minutes.
We lose 10-0.
Yeah, 10-0.
Now,
The world football fact actually about Eritrea.
okay.
Eritrea is the second most behind India densely populated country to never make the World Cup.
well, there's
There you
reasons.
go.
There's reasons for
I'll
that.
tell you another fact about
Just saying.
1998. No, 2001 World Cup qualifiers. Whole Eritrean national side travelled to
Didn't go
Kenya for a qualifier. Nobody else came back from.
They
the
didn't
game.
come back. I think
They
only like
stayed.
3 coaches came back.
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah.
So there's a reason. Well, you keep losing your best talents every
Yeah.
year when now they're not allowed to play games outside the country.
Because of that.
Because they
If
just
they
keep
need
leaving.
people to get caps and we're playing an away game,
Yeah.
different country, I'll play.
I'll play as well.
Yeah,
But after the game, they're doing this. After the game, they're doing this.
yeah. Straight back in.
Straight back.
I've got a couple questions from the crowd, and you guys are only one person's gonna answer the question, and I need a
Cool.
Okay.
whatever this is answer.
Fist them.
Cade, Bud, this is to you. No, it's not. It's to Mike.
Yeah.
Martial had potential to be a top 15 player of our generation.
Top 15 player.
Of our generation.
Nah, I think it was like he could have been like a top 10 striker of his generation, but 15 players is pretty nuts.
MJ, you don't remember Martial,
Ballon d'Or clause.
the boy from Monaco.
Yeah, striker player. Nah, there's too many good midfielders in that list, strikers even in that list, where you're like top 15.
Generation.
Nah,
At that time, was De Bruyne even known? Was he like big? Was he even at City when Martial signed?
nah, he would have been
No.
like.
He signed like
Wow.
15, 16, 14,
That's crazy.
15, yeah.
You would think De Bruyne was at City when Martial signed for you.
It would have been like the year after, though. It would have been like
Jesus
pretty much the year after.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bud, this is for you.
go on,
Alvarez, top 10 strikers in the world.
Right now,
Right now.
It's hard because is he a 9? Plays under. Nah, I'm gonna say nah.
He's not top 10.
Nah, not top 10.
Just rattle them off quick. I just want to hear it because I can't believe it.
They were Kane. Are we saying Salah's a striker?
No.
They were Kane. Benzema.
Oh, Saudi.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
are we
yeah.
saying
Okay, so you can say Benzema.
Okay, yeah.
Benzema.
Yep.
I'll give you one.
Osman.
Awesome, man.
Griezmann.
Yeah, I like it.
He's in good form, man.
He's in very good form. Who else? We'll go Spain League.
Haaland, obviously.
Haaland, his teammate. In the Prem, do we have anyone else?
I don't know. You're struggling
KNL.
to say he's not top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesus.
For me, I'm having Alvarez right now.
Jesus.
Isak, you saying Isak's better?
Oh, yeah.
Isak's better.
Callum Wilson, you saying?
Hey,
he's
we forgetting Alvarez
Callum.
having a season
Not
right
Callum.
now.
I wouldn't say Callum.
I'm not
We
saying
need 2
Callum
more.
either,
Yeah, not Callum.
It's like 15.
Uh,
more comps.
Tony?
Tony, better.
No.
One more. Yeah, he is. What do you mean? It doesn't just have to be at 1. That's a 9. We're saying.
Okay.
He's saying Boniface
Yep.
is better than
You need a...
We need one
Yeah,
more.
Right now,
Gurusai.
probably is based on
What's
form.
that?
Go, sorry.
Yeah, Gurusai.
Gurusai,
No, I'd,
10.
I'd still say he's top 10.
yeah. I'd say.
But I don't classify him as a 9.
Okay.
What do you?
Center,
false
like,
line?
He's a
yeah,
striker.
false 9, center forward.
Yeah.
He's in the top 5 in that category. Top 3.
Samuel, this is for you. Marcelo had a better career than Neymar.
No, I'm not even going to answer that question. That's ridiculous. No,
Better
he
career.
didn't. No,
I
he
mean, it's
didn't.
probably one.
He didn't. He's won more trophies,
Champions
probably.
Leagues.
He's won more Champions Leagues, but I
Definitely.
think if we're talking about a player who's never ever once been considered in the best player in the world conversation, compared to a guy for me
Hard for
who's
defenders, man.
for
He did
plenty.
say had a better career, though.
His
Yeah,
defenders
he had a
usually
better career,
don't
but he
get
didn't
them.
have a better career. He didn't. If I could pick whose career I want Neymar's
It's
career.
Like
biased.
in the last 30 years, what Cannavaro?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the
Probably-
only defender.
And then what?
Danny
before that,
Alves,
it's like maybe
obviously.
3 in total.
Did
John
Danny
Terry-
Alves have a
John
better
Terry
career than
made
Neymar?
top 3, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think it's
I'm just
obviously
saying, better career.
It's
He's won
like
most trophies ever in history.
yeah, but it's the same reason why you wouldn't put a keeper over certain players to have
You're
better
not gonna
careers.
tell me Danny Alves isn't.
It's a better
He's the
career.
best player in
We're not saying is he
He's
a better
had one
player.
of the best careers ever, but I don't think
Is
he's had
Danny
a better
Alves
career.
a better player than Neymar? No.
No.
Has he had a better career than Neymar?
Career, absolutely.
Nah,
Yeah.
but is
question.
He started in every team and won every trophy.
Otherwise,
but
no
that's
one.
like saying has Roy Keane had a better career than Gerrard?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the bias.
And they're closer.
He's won everything.
Yeah.
Gerrard's better than Roy Keane, but
Well, I don't get
Yeah.
this better career thing. Because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you'd never put somebody over. If you're comparing who's the best, you'd never put them over each other. So I can't really. I look at a
Yeah, it's not
career
the best
as I look at it as a player as a whole with their career and their thing. And if you're just saying better career, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't get what better
why do you
career
play?
is.
You play to win.
Yeah.
Who had
okay,
the
so
better
then
career? That's the question.
If you just play to win, then Gary Neville's phenomenal.
He had a good career, yeah.
He had a great
He
career.
had an excellent
He had a great career,
He
but
played for a
you have
top
to look,
side for
you
so
have to look
many
at the
years.
level of the player is comparison
played-
to another player. Just because one player was part of more successful teams doesn't mean they had a better
But
career.
you're
In my
comparing,
opinion.
you're
best.
comparing
He was
a
the best
player
of
who
them.
was in his best in his position for pretty much as
For a
long as he
long amount of
played,
time.
to another player who's the best in his position for as long as he played.
So it's closer.
So that's why you can compare it. It's not like saying John O'Shea and Neymar.
Yeah, and
Just because
I
of
think
trophies.
Neymar has had a better career than Marcelo.
Okay, you can say that.
Yeah.
But you can ask the question, definitely.
Saudi at 29. I don't know if that's good, bro.
And just quickly, Bud, this is for you.
Can't even
30,
go out.
a 30.
You can't even go out and stuff, bro.
As a manager, Poch greater than Arteta. Agreed, disagree?
Or like just in general.
Just as a manager.
I think ask someone else. I think that mine would be a bit biased.
It can be. That's why I asked you.
Yes, but only on the terms that just need to see a bit more from Arteta. Not winning trophies. See if he can keep it going.
I mean, yeah.
Fair enough.
It's nothing to do with trophies because neither.
He's come second
Fair
twice
enough.
in the Prem with a team that people didn't rate.
Yeah.
He's gone further in Champions League.
Yeah.
I think Ding went further.
Tottenham. That's what he's
Oh,
saying.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I
Poch.
thought you
That's
were
why I'm
listing
agreeing
Arteta.
with
Won a
you.
league
Yeah.
title.
He's had more experience as well, so
Yeah.
it's fair enough.
But it could easily be. It could easily be like I could say Arteta in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
in a couple of years we could talk about it, but now,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Crazy enough, weren't
Poch
they?
is fair.
You can
friends?
ask Tom a question.
Yeah, they were. Oh, Tom, do have one more question for you. If the Prem had an all-star game, North versus South, who would win?
I don't know England.
Oh, you want me to tell you the teams?
Yeah,
I've got a
please.
photo. So in the North team would be Villa, Everton,
Oh,
not
North would win. They've got United.
United and City, Newcastle, Liverpool, Villa. Those are the main
Yeah,
teams.
they'd win.
North without question.
Wait, what's the
North would
South?
probably win 10-0, I reckon.
South would be like
Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea,
Tottenham and Arsenal.
What do you
that's it.
mean? Why would they? Why do you think North would just win?
Brighton,
That's like
West
that?
Ham.
Because they're City and Liverpool
City,
versus
Liverpool.
Yeah, but then it's like Arsenal, Tottenham,
That's basically it.
Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not getting in though.
Yeah, but you've listed two good teams, and then the rest you
I
haven't
think
listed.
only one person's allowed from
They have
each team.
Newcastle as well.
And Newcastle. And Villa.
Yeah, and Villa.
Villa are good because of the coach.
Alright, you named
Alright, we'll
Brighton.
have Emery as coach.
We'll have Thing as coach.
We'll actually
Is that-
we'll have Pep.
No,
We'll have
I
Pep.
reckon North is winning, bro.
Yeah, I think so.
They got the whole City squad.
Yeah, you could
But
literally
they can get anyone from Liverpool,
Yeah.
anyone from Villa.
If it's like a
Come
two-person
on.
max per team, the answer's different.
Two-person max for a team. They have Forest.
think they
They have
would.
I
Wolves.
still think North are winning.
That's what I mean.
No, those are better than the other ones. The South team would have
They have
Bournemouth.
Sheffield and Luton and stuff.
Bournemouth, Fulham, Palace,
Willian.
West Ham.
Prime Willian.
It's not Prime. This has been Let Him Shoot. Thank you for watching. Make sure you...
Like, share, subscribe. Oh shit, we forgot to do that.
Fuck. Yeah, I did it already.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Thank
please.
you.